just make sure, like, my page and stuff. Hey, what's going on, guys? How you doing? Welcome back to another episode of Pass the Mic Podcast. We are getting ready to get this thing started. I have my two special guests with me today, DJ Dekade and DJ Leeor. Hopefully, you guys are ready to start this episode. I'm just going to give you guys a few minutes to log on, get ready, get officially started for Pass the Mic Podcast, where we have real-world problems and real-world solutions. And, of course, all those crazies out there. I want to give a big shout-out to all the crazies joining us in the chat line and so much more. We've had a lot of people reaching out to us on email and everything else. We really want to get you guys to interact with us and have fun with us, because that's what it's about. All right? So with that, without further ado, Sandy, you want to hit them with that intro? Let's do it.
From the heart of Kendall, Florida, it's Pass the Mic Podcast. Solutions for real-world problems with real-world people. And, of course, those crazy people, too. And now, your host, Eddie G.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Pass the Mic Podcast, where we bring you real-world problems and giving you those real-world solutions, and of course, all those crazy people too. With that being said, I'd like to welcome the one, the only DJ Dekade and DJ Leeor.
What's up, everybody?
How you doing, buddy?
How's everybody doing today?
Doing great, man. Thank you.
All right, awesome. So, you know, we're in this this whole quarantine still. We're in I don't even know what phase anymore, but it's been a crazy roller coaster, right?
It has. It's been phase one, almost phase two, back to phase one, and then it's like phase zero right now.
Everybody's phased. Well, with that being said, you know, why don't we get a little bit of introduction, let you guys, you know, shoot it out and give us a little bit about your background, where you guys come from, what you guys are up to, what's going on now. We'll start with you, Leeor.
All right. First of all, thank you for having me. It was a pleasure to be here with you guys. Well, I'm born and raised in Israel. When I was 21 years old, I moved to Europe. I had a contract there to DJ for 6 months. I stayed 6 years. And then I had a gig here in January 2000. It's about 21 years ago almost. And then it was a DJ gig in Nikki Beach. And then I was supposed to be here only for the weekend 21 years ago, and then I stayed. So pretty much I built my name. I played the clubs, and then we opened the company. It was only a DJ company, and then years after, it's a full service music and entertainment production company.
Oh, look at that. Why don't you tell everybody where you got that lovely accent from?
It's a mix of everything.
It's
it's a mix of a lot of different countries, different cultures, different places where I've been and stay for a long time.
Look at that. Beautiful. All right, Decade, tell them what you got going on.
DJ Decade. I was born in Virginia. Came to Florida when I was 7. Went back to Virginia when I graduated high school. Came back to Florida after when I was 21. I lived in D.C., lived in Maryland, lived in New York, and been here probably for the past, well, I don't want to give away my age, but for a long time. And I've started DJing when I was 16 years old, so I've been doing it for a long time. I DJ cruise ships all around the world. I've been over 35 different countries DJing, plus locally here, and, you know, mobile DJs as far as club DJing, and that's pretty much what I've been doing.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And where's your beautiful accent?
Don't have an accent. I don't have an accent.
Want to give a big shout out to everybody who's tuning in right now. Big shout out to you guys watching from the Philippines. Diggs, what's up, man? That's awesome, bro. How's it over there in the Philippines? Hopefully everything's good over there. It's awesome. All right, let's get into it. As you guys know, the DJ culture has changed, you know, quite significantly, especially right now. As a DJ, how do you feel the music culture has changed up to date? Like, do you think it's in a positive or negative way?
Who are you asking?
Both of you guys. You guys can chime in however you... This is Pass the Mic. We're passing the mic right now.
Who you passing the mic to?
The mic is passed to both of you. You guys both have a mic in front of you.
Well, I feel music's changed for some of the best and some of the worst. As far as hip hop goes, I think it's probably the worst time for hip hop music to date.
Interesting.
But as far as electronic music, top 40 music, dance music, I think it's probably the best time right now that a lot of new releases are coming out, a lot of new artists that people are discovering right now, like Sophie Tucker, Purple Disco Machine, a lot of different electronic music on Beatport, Traxsource. So I think that's where it's going. And as far as also top 40 is now going sort of into the house style music, into the remixing or whatever. But as far as hip hop, I think it's total garbage. Right now with the mumble rap and stuff like that. I mean, they need to bring back the 80s and 90s hip hop, then I'll be okay with the hip hop.
Interesting. That's an interesting perspective on it. By the way, guys, you guys listening and tuning in on the web, on the interwebs, you guys are more than welcome to chime in and talk and give your opinions. Big shout out to Ermis. Ermis, what's going on, buddy? Rocco, DJ Rocco in the building. We're gonna have quite a few DJs, I'm pretty sure. Make sure you guys check us out on PTMP Live on YouTube. We are also on Twitch now, and we are on every major streaming platform. So we're on Spotify, iTunes, Google. So enjoy
awesome.
Now, Leeor, let's get your perspective on the culture, man. I know you probably have a little bit of a different perspective on it.
Yeah. Well, the culture of the music, I think it's reflect of the culture of the world where we're going. I mean. The world, it doesn't go in the right direction. That's what I think, and it reflects also the music and the culture of the music. You see, you know how people dress. It wasn't like 10 years ago. It wasn't like 15 years ago. You see all the culture and people going, with pants under the knees and all the underwear outside. So this is all the culture of the world of how we. Where we're standing and between people and between how you respect other people and respect other cultures and respect everything. It reflects also in the music.
Yeah.
And the music today doesn't sound good.
Oh, you don't like the music of today? Is there a specific one or just in general?
The content, the words, the
meaning,
the meaning of the music.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean nothing to anybody.
Okay.
This is why a lot of people like the 80s, not because it's because it meaning something. The music, the songs, the word, it's touching. Today the music, it doesn't really it doesn't go to the right direction because all the social media. It's not like what you producing. It's how you look, how many likes you're going to get, how many tattoos you're going to have. So this is where the music culture go. It's not anymore about the music. It's about the likes. It's about the social media. It's about how you look. More crazy you look, more you think, the more people will like you. So it's not really about the music anymore. It's more about other things around the music.
Well, I have something to say about that. Like TikTok, for instance, like all the songs right now, like Drake is doing, like Tootsie Slide, and other people are doing TikTok music songs for TikTok. So like he's saying, social media, the likes, this and that is becoming popular on TikTok, and now everybody's like, oh, I love that song, just because they heard it on TikTok.
Okay.
But it's.
So you think that the social influencing is actually influencing, which is interesting, which is an interesting perspective. I want to get a little deeper into it real quick. Let's give a shout out to Diggs. Diggs says he's in the Philippines, still under general quarantine, community quarantine, excuse me. They're limited to go certain places outside, and some areas are under lockdown completely. So, Diggs, stay safe out there, man. I hope everything is doing well for you. Much love and respect to you guys. Thank you for tuning
my
in.
friend, I have a good friend in Philippines. He live in Iloilo. Iloilo. It's one of the biggest islands there.
Yeah.
Tell him I say hi if he's not watching us.
What's the friend's name? So he just
Rico.
Are you Leeor's friend? Are you Leeor's friend? Are you Leeor's friend?
It's only 450 million people there. and 7,000 islands. You can find Rico.
You can find Rico. Is it Suave, the last name? What up, Kelvin? Kelvin from Tabs, Total Audio Visual Solutions. What's up to you, buddy? Big shout out to you. Hope everything's doing well. I know he's got some big plans working in the background, so hopefully that's all working out for you, and much love and respect to your family. Michael Phil, man, what's going on, brother? He's always saying hi to Sandy. Sandy, one day he's going to get you on the camera. One day it's going to happen. Yeah, man. So this is really interesting. So let's get back into this topic. Let's see if we got anything streaming on YouTube real quick. Just so you guys know, please log on to either one of the platforms. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever the case may be. But we live stream each and every Thursday at 2 p.m. from YouTube and Facebook and Twitch. Excuse me.
Also, Eddie, let me say something regarding the music. It's
Okay.
It's also different genre, go different direction. That's
Right.
What, yeah. For example, hip hop these days, it's horrible. It just like
Okay.
it's just all about the F word.
Okay.
And it's all the culture around it. It's more about the culture, less about the music.
Okay.
That's what I don't like. If you're looking at the electronic music, it's go a little bit more than it used to be. It's become more popular outside clubs. You know, when my background is electronic music, that's what I started. In my time, it was like more inside the club, not outside the club. Today, it's more outside the club. It's more in commercial and electronic DJs. They have more celebrity, more well-known.
So what you're saying is...
Yeah, so it's different genres. Go different directions.
So what you're saying is electronic music has been open more to the public eye than it was before. Back in the day. All right, cool.
Correct.
And you had a really interesting perspective too on the music. I've spoken to a lot of hip hop artists, a lot of people in the community right now. You know, I actually, as you know, I spoke to Cassidy about a day ago. And you know, his perspective on hip hop was kind of the same as what you guys feel. There's also other hip hop artists and artists that are out right now saying, hey, look, it's just a change in the market, it's a change in the shift. You can't hate on what they're doing because they're making money and they're doing what they need to do, which is fine. I understand that, you know, we have that music, that's that money making music or that good feel good music. But I understand what you guys are coming from because I kind of feel the same way. I feel that there's a lot, and I'm not going to say all, there's a lot of music nowadays that just doesn't have that meaning, that personality, that feeling. And I think a lot of it has to do with you know, social outcasting. Really, honestly, you know, if you say something that's out of line, the community is going to you know, cancel you. It's called culture cancellation, and it's a real thing.
And music, it's melody. It's have to touch you
Yeah.
in some way. And even now, when we're doing a lot of weddings,
Right.
and you hear, you know, young couples, you know, in the 20s, they even tell you, we don't like today's hip hop.
Yep.
Please
Yeah.
play 90s hip hop,
Yeah,
early
yeah.
2000.
Yeah,
you
and,
know,
and limited, etc.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not about like people that are a little bit older.
Right.
That they get used to old school hip hop. It's even the young generation. They even don't like it.
You know, it's funny that you say that because there's a middle ground that do actually really enjoy it.
Yes.
Sandy and I have been exposed to it because I have younger guys that work on the company, and we've noticed that there's definitely a shift in the market as well. There's clubs that are, you know, bumping like it, but, you know, kind of flipped upside down, where hip hop clubs were like the biggest thing back in the day, including from
I like hip hop.
not too long ago.
Exactly.
But they're, you know, it's become outside of the club, in their phone versus inside the club, really bumping. You know,
Yeah.
you'll go to a club and they'll play it, but there's a select few that they'll play. It's not what is exactly in their Spotify. And yeah, there's now playlists that DJs have to have that are called TikTok playlist. You know, and the attention span is a lot shorter, which I've noticed as well. You guys want to touch up on anything on that?
No,
About
I mean,
TikTok?
I think we've already, you know, murdered this topic pretty much. You know, as far as, I mean, everybody's got different opinions. Everybody, you know, is pretty much on the same level on with all of us, you
Right.
know, right
Yeah.
now. But you know, like, I play at one venue before this whole, you know, coronavirus happened, and I know that venue, I have to play these certain hip hop songs that are new, because that crowd demands it and wants it. Every Friday, every Saturday night I'm there. They always ask for the same hip hop song. You
Right.
know, so I know I have
Over
to
and
play,
over again.
play those songs, and I'm like, okay, you know, I know I have to play it, so I have
Right.
it in my list.
I think the other thing is that the the people just don't have their own mindset. I think that a lot of music today is not based on what the people have picked. I think it's what, the music directors and whatever have picked, and Spotify made it so diverse that it's so hard to pick and find the flavor that you like, that now people are kind of all over the board, and then they kind of, okay, I like this song. Oh, I like it too, just to socially fit in, because they're not sure if it's proper or not. I think social media has been a great thing and a really, really bad thing at the same time.
And then one thing I'm going to say is that, as a DJ, we're supposed to be breaking new records, new music, okay? And
It's not like that anymore.
no, I know that, but we still should be breaking new music and not playing the same thing that they're hearing on the radio while they're driving to the club. And then we'll come in the club, they say, "Can you play Pitbull? Can you play,
Right.
Justin Timberlake?"
Yeah,
Can
you just
play-"
started your set and they want you to play the top hits right away.
Yeah,
And
because
it's
they just came from the car, they heard it, they wanted
Right.
to play, wanted to hear it again.
right.
I'm like, go to your car and listen to it. I mean, I'll get into this later, but
Yeah.
as me as a DJ, I don't want to play the same things that every other DJ is playing. That's why I play different than everybody else.
Which is fine.
My style is
Which is
different.
fine. We'll get into that one
Yeah.
a little bit more, but that goes past the culture. Let's get into the next topic here. Where does most of your creativity happen? We'll start with you, Leeor.
Well, mine came a lot from the traveling.
Okay.
I've been playing in so many different countries, so many different crowd, so many different in clubs, indoor, outdoor. So everything it's kind. I mean, I've been DJing since I remember myself. So I have set of mind what I like, the music that I like, the music that I want to DJ. But I always open for new things and new ideas and new sound, and I got a lot of this from my traveling. If
Okay.
you play in France, you play this type of music for this type of crowd. If you play in Greece, it's a little bit different, and you have more the Greece sound
Right.
into
The Greek.
the Greek sound into the music. So a lot of different places get me to a lot of open my mind, hear different sounds, and this is how I treat it.
So you're an open format DJ for sure.
Of
But
course.
but
Today
your
I do,
your
absolutely.
favorite is house, deep trance, techno. I mean, what type of house is your favorite? Electronic music.
Well, I grew up it was house. Techno was a little bit not really exist at the time. It was
Okay.
more like trance and
Right.
high BPM, but more like a house and
Would you
and
say like-
deep and techno. I mean, more than I
Right.
get more well-known DJ. This was I was.
So were you were
myself.
into more deep house like?
Listen,
uh,
I don't, I saw a lot of DJ when they tell, oh, my sound is like this, my sound is like this, I'm like this.
Right.
I'm not, I'm
I'm talking about
playing
your
music.
personal preference.
Personal, it's a house, and house can be deep, house can be techno, house can be a progressive, house
Okay.
can be, it depends where you play, who your crowd, and what make them dance in that time.
Right.
It can be progressive, it can be house, it can be deep, it can be chill.
Right.
But it doesn't matter. It's not like I have
You don't
one
have a
sound and
you don't.
I'm
No,
not-
no. What I'm saying is,
No.
you don't have a favorite. You personally.
Personally, my favorite, it's more like old school house with,
Okay.
with a little bit vocal and thing. But I like
like
music.
me.
I can hear
Yeah.
everything. I can hear chill. I can hear deep. I can hear progressive.
Right.
It's not like I have.
You got a favorite
one-
artist?
Yes. I have a lot. I have a lot. I don't stack for one genre. I don't stack for one artist. I don't stack for one place. I don't stack for. I have a lot of things, and I mix with everything. I take a little bit from here, a little bit from there, a little bit from there,
That's cool.
and then yeah.
That's what makes a good DJ, in my opinion. Like
No,
when you-
of course.
diversity.
Because I see a lot of when they have Q&A with DJs, and they ask what is your style, what is your sound. what is the style? There's no any
Yeah, yeah.
style. There's no. I mean, what is your style of mixing?
Right. No,
I
no.
mean,
And my
you
question was
did-
more
it's
of
like-
what you personally, what you listen to, what you personally like.
Personally, it's house. But
Yeah.
But house they have
Yeah.
so much.
Right. That's why I
yeah,
was trying to figure
yeah,
out which
yeah.
which branch of house, because you got your deep, progressive,
Yeah.
tribal,
Yeah.
soul, funk, disco. I mean, there's so many different
There's
types
so
of
many
house that there's at least 50 different
Now-
genres
now
within
there
house
is.
itself.
Now
you
there
know.
is.
No, exactly.
So it's hard to when somebody says, "Oh, I like house." Okay, but what kind of house? Because then you play a house track and they're like, "No, I don't like that." And I'm like, "Okay, well, which house did you want? Damn it,
Yeah.
good one. Okay, which is the good one?" Because I got some good ones for other people, but apparently not you. Tell me which one is the good one for you. What about you, Decade? So the question is, where does your creativity happen? Like, do you have like a creative process before you go to a gig? Are you already just spontaneously creative? What's the deal?
Well, for me, I really don't prepare like a crate or a set or a playlist when I go to a gig or do a party or a club. I pretty much go in and I see the crowd, look at the crowd and see, what's going on. I also listen to if the club's playing music or the venue's playing music before I start.
Right.
I'm listening to that. I'm seeing any reactions. And then, pretty much I start off, if I'm playing at this one place I play at, I play on Friday and Saturday nights before this whole thing happened. Pretty much it was 100, 105 BPM to start. And then, you work your way up through the night. And pretty much, that was that. But as far as me, I'm very spontaneous. I don't have a way to just, make a whole playlist. I just go off the fly, off my head. I
Right.
see the crowd reaction, and, I just, go off that.
Right.
So that's pretty much how I do it. Even when I go live, I don't prepare anything when I go live or anything like that. Or the only thing I do prepare when I do a venue, a event, is a wedding, because they give you a certain playlist that you have to have. So I
Right.
do prepare that. But as far as like events or clubs,
Mhm.
I'm off the fly.
Do you get creative with the weddings?
Creative in what way?
Like, do you have like a creative flow with weddings, or do you just pretty much try to stick to the playlist?
Really depends. It depends on how I feel the client is. I feel if the client is open to me using my creativity as well as playing to what they want me to play, and then it matches, it syncs with what they want to hear, then I go creative. But sometimes I've had weddings and clients that have been like, stick to this playlist, don't play anything else, stick to that playlist, and I'm like, no problem. So it really depends on the client for me.
Okay. All right. What's your? Well, I know that you like house, but is there a specific genre that you personally like?
I'm a deep house and soulful house guy.
Nice.
But that's me. That's my preference.
Okay.
But as far as playing, I'm playing more future bass, tech house. Even there's a new house called Brazilian bass.
Yeah,
It's
we
not-
we were talking about that one.
It's not Brazilian music though.
Yeah.
It's remixed older tracks or even newer tracks, but it's got that Brazilian bass line.
Right.
So it's really cool. It's different. So I always look for different sounds in the house genre or even, top 40, pop genre that is different. So when I play it, people are like, wow, I never heard this before. I like to surprise people. Be
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
because that's why I play a lot of mashups and remixes and edits. Because
And it's great when you get a great reaction, but it sucks when you don't.
Yeah.
Because then you're
if
in
you
a
don't, you change the
scramble.
song,
You're
right?
not ready. You're in trouble.
One more thing, it's very important to me to say is, even my background is the house and thing. I mean, obviously, in the last, 15 years, I play Latin, I play hip hop, I play,
Right.
Yeah, play
everything
everything.
because that is where my
We have to,
career.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. But even with hip hop, even with Latin, even with salsa, even with reggaeton, even with merengue, bacha, you're always going to find a good music.
Yes.
Right.
You're always going to find. I don't want people think that today hip hop it's all
Yeah. No.
garbage.
No.
Even in today
Yeah,
hip hop, you're going to find really, really good.
We're
songs.
talking about a majority.
Exactly. But if you're a good DJ and if you have good ear to a good sound, to good music. Even with today hip hop, you're going to find good music.
Right,
Even
absolutely.
today salsa, whatever, you're going to find a good music
Right.
that everybody can enjoy.
Yeah, that's why I said, when I look at hip hop, I don't generally hate all of the hip hop that's out.
No.
I just, there's just a lot that it's not really vibing with personally. Now, if my client or my crowd is going for it, whatever, it is what it is. I play it. It doesn't mean that I personally like it.
Maybe 10% of new hip hop I say is good. The rest
Okay.
I think is garbage. To me, that's my opinion.
Yeah, and you know what? Everybody's entitled to their opinion, and that's what the show's about. Like, hey, if somebody disagrees, okay, give me a reason why the new, style is good, or what motivates you, or what do you like about it. There are certain songs that I really do vibe out to, and I really like J. Cole just dropped 2 new tracks. I thought they were pretty good. Sandy and I, we like hip hop, we like all kinds of music, but I'm a big Eminem fan. He dropped some new stuff.
Eminem's old school though.
Eminem,
not new hip hop.
Eminem has a new flavor to his music though. He's got that new, sound to it. A Kendrick Lamar dropping another one. You know what I mean? Like when you hear these guys putting the new flavor on it, but doing it with our old school twist,
Exactly.
I really love it. I really enjoy
That's
it.
great. No, I love that too.
I enjoy it.
But you're talking about Eminem, who's like a lyrical genius.
Yeah.
And you can't not like Eminem. I mean, for everything
it's
is
funny
done.
you say that, but there's a whole plethora of people that dislike him and culturally dislike him too, because they say they can't relate to black people, whatever the case may be. It gets really intricate. I go deep and dive into the culture of the world, and there's a lot of underground stuff that we never really get to hear mainstream as DJs, that are really great songs. But I really dig myself and immerse myself into the culture, which is why when Leeor got us the gig for the Super Bowl, the event was phenomenal because I immersed myself in their culture.
Right.
Before I get there, I want to know, what are they listening to? You know what I mean? So like Kansas City, they may have a completely different sound than what we have here. I gave them a little bit of the Miami flavor, which they loved, because that's what they came here for, right? They wanted to immerse themselves in our culture. I'm going to give them our culture, but I want to make them feel home too. So, when you get to a club and you're used to something, you got to give them a little bit of that, and then give them a little bit of the new, and then blend the two together, and oh my goodness, you know what I mean? You got that wow. All right, so we're talking about this, but what are some of the things that you miss most about DJing right now?
I miss seeing the crowds.
Boy, you jumped right in.
I miss
I
the crowd interaction. I mean, because DJing online is great. It's fun. I met a lot of great people through Twitch and through Facebook and stuff like that. But there's nothing like DJing for people and seeing them have a good time, seeing their heads bouncing, seeing them dancing. Seeing them,
the energy in the room.
The energy, yeah, exactly. The energy in the room. The vibe is, people are jamming, coming up to you. Oh man, it's great. Giving me dabs or tipping me, whatever. Great job, man.
They gave you dabs?
Yeah. It is.
You mean dap?
Dab, what if same thing?
If they gave you a dab, then you were getting a drug, bro.
Yeah, but they gave me a dab, So or they
He's a DJ, yeah, that's normal.
or they would just give me, hey, you're doing a great job, loving what you're doing, this and that. So I miss that. That's what I miss totally out of anything else. That's what I miss.
All right. What about you, Leeor?
Pretty much just DJ.
Just DJ.
Just to be in front of the turntable.
I mean, have you gone virtual yet?
No, I don't really do it. I did to my kids. I did a class.
Okay.
A DJ class, so they know how to DJ. But no, I didn't do it.
Good. The way things are looking, like that, maybe they'll be the next DJ.
maybe. But just in general, just to DJ, just to be in front of the turntables, the mixer, to pick up the next song, to mix. In general, I mean, I'm doing this in my house, but it's nothing compared that you have 100, 150 people, or 200 or 500 in front of you. Dancing and look at you like you are the god.
Yeah. I know that you're one of the one of the kings of weddings down here in South Florida, and I know that wedding is a really big part of your company. And how as a wedding DJ, what are the impacts in the wedding industry and how do you feel that you'll rebound from this?
Me personally, I'm like this.
With your,
I,
with your
I don't
fingers in your
hear.
ear?
I don't hear nothing. I don't want to hear nothing. There is so many negativity and negative people in social
I'm the
media.
same way.
Oh, we screw. We're not going to work now for 4 years. I don't listen.
Right.
For me, everything is normal. You need to think a little bit about how you. Of course, it's not going to be maybe in the next few months waiting for 400 people or 500 people, but for us, it doesn't really go in. I don't really think about it.
Right.
It doesn't bother me. I keep going.
Do you think
I
it's-
don't think it's going to in the next maybe in the next 6, 7, 8 months maybe.
Right.
But after that, after September 11, people say we're not going to fly anymore. People they're going to close half of the airports in the world.
Yeah.
Life it's too strong for me and you and life in any things that will happen.
Okay.
So I don't really think what I'm going to do.
Do you think it's going to change things though?
I mean, maybe in 6, 7 months, yeah, you cannot probably do. Nobody's going to do like waiting for 200.
I'm
people.
talking about afterwards. Do you think that there's going to be a
No.
ripple effect? Do you think like
No,
people are going to take sanitation a little bit more seriously?
maybe, but I don't think so. I mean,
don't think so?
As soon as they come with the vaccine or something, and it will be
Everything's
like a
back to
regular
normal.
flu. Yeah, I mean, in the oldest people died from regular flu. So what happened after? Nothing.
No, yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Keep going. So this is the way I look at it.
Like
I mean,
you-
people get themselves into a depression or what I'm going to do or what I'm going to do. Nothing. Just do what you keep to do.
Is there
and wait
anything?
until
Is there anything that you want to tell other companies like yourself? Like, are there certain ways that you're attacking this as far as because I saw that you still did a wedding,
Yeah.
you still have events going on, which is awesome. But do you feel that there's a certain way to really engage with your clients now and DJing with a mask and all kinds of I see DJs with glass barriers in front of them. Do you think that's
No,
that's something that's like that's something that's gonna help them or determine whether or not you get a gig right now?
Listen, every wedding that we did since it started, and we did few, we always wear a mask. If it was me, my musicians, my fusion musician, we working, we employee,
Mhm.
we wearing a mask. So this is something that it's not negotiable. We wearing a mask. Everybody should wear a mask, in general. But especially if you are a DJ, if you are a waitress, if you are a wedding planner, wear a mask. At least do your thing, what you're supposed to do. And my advice is just keep going like it's normal. Don't put yourself into depression. No think,
Right.
oh, I need to stop working now and wait until thing will be better. No, just do what you need to do. Work, call other clients, call other brides, do what you need to do, and just
When everybody was dancing, were you the DJ that said, if you're gonna survive COVID-19, put your hands in the air?
No, I'm DJ. I'm not talking a lot. When you're a good DJ, you don't need to talk a lot. No, I mean, no, I mean, last wedding that we did, the dance floor we were supposed to be until 10. They extended until 11. Nobody wanted to leave. So the dance floor was open like 3 hours.
Right.
And everybody was dancing,
Were they dancing close to each other?
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, it is what it is.
It is what it
People
is,
have their right to
exactly.
do whatever they want, man. Let them
Yes,
be.
I mean, we're supposed to be with the
Of course,
with-
yeah.
and
You
we-
have to.
exactly.
You have to. Be respectful of whatever. You never know who we're gonna offend nowadays, obviously. So you
No,
have to.
no.
You have to follow all the protocols, right? So if they do their thing, they do their thing. I don't see anything.
No, I don't
whatever.
see.
It is
As
what it
long
is.
we wearing a mask because we're supposed to, because
course.
we are working.
Yeah.
The guests, this is up to them.
Yeah. I mean, in my opinion, the governor here can't figure out whether they're going to open or close. I mean, either close it all or open it all. That's my opinion. This half stuff is killing us. I think it's prolonging the inevitable.
Yeah.
I think
No.
it's just prolonging things. You're getting little bits of pieces and people in between because some people finally get fed up and come out and then they get sick and then
Yeah.
they go in and then the other ones that were terrified are still terrified and then eventually they're going to come out and then they're going to get sick and it's
Yeah.
going to restart the cycle all over again. Like either way, either drop it all like all the other countries and other people have done, or You know what I mean? Open the gates, and whoever survives.
No,
You know.
but nobody would been consistent. I mean, nobody
think-
say,
I
okay,
think
we
that's
need
what
to
it
do
is.
this and this and this and this, and that's it.
It's
And
one of those weird things.
One more thing regarding the weddings. If you are going to plan a wedding, and you have like 50 or 60 people, do it. I mean, I said it to a lot of brides, and I said it on social media, and I say everybody's asking me, if you have a small, like 50 or 60 people or 40 people, and you want to do it, just do it. We done what? I did like 6 or 7 weddings since March, and it was like 40, 30 people, 50 people, and it was like amazing. The bride came after and say she did a really she made a great decision to do it. And if you have 150 people, no, I mean probably.
I think it takes a stronger person on these days to do the wedding like that, because we've all seen it. We've had those those brides or grooms that have like these expectations that are a little bit beyond what they're trying to strive for, because let's face it, they just don't live this this industry.
Mm-hmm.
So they put in their head like, I'm gonna have this beautiful beach wedding, and they didn't even think about it's not gonna rain. It's not gonna rain. There's not gonna be wind. There's not gonna be anything else driving me nuts, sand fleas or anything else. They don't think about all the million and one things that could go wrong, and they're not okay having it any other way. Like that's the way it's gotta be. And so when you don't have that mindset, and you're like, what's really important is that my family gets together. We celebrate a day that's beautiful to us, and we have a good time, like a mutual good time. Those are the people that really they know how to party. They really know how to like appreciate the finer things in life. And I think that's the type of bride and groom that are gonna get through this and get past this. And there's nothing wrong with those that want like the perfection. I just think that this is not their time right now to be able to do those things.
Listen, I mean, the wedding that we did last Saturday, they have a beautiful, it was like a regular day. It was like a beautiful beach ceremony. Then they have a beautiful cocktail with musician. Then inside to the ballroom to a reception was myself and my 2 musicians. It was like a regular wedding, like regular time, no corona, no nothing. I mean, the only difference is...
But I like corona.
The only difference is me and my musician and the waitress wearing a mask. That was the only
thing different. Yeah.
So my point is, if you still don't want to postpone your wedding, and you have 50 guests around, do it. Because there's no reason to wait.
Exactly. I mean, I know that there's a lot of venues and stuff, but again, don't get stuck on one thing. Things change, people. Things change. Just move on from it, and let's adapt and overcome. Correct. Big shout out to DJ Geo in the building. He is saying what's up to us on the messenger. The Michael's in there. He's saying what's up to everybody. So much love to everybody in the chat room. And let's keep this thing rolling. I know that you've done a couple of weddings yourself. Decade. I know that you cater a lot towards clubs and restaurants and different social media events, etc. I know you've had a plethora of events yourself, and really, what do you say? I mean, do you think that you agree with everything, or are you in a difference of it? Do you have a different opinion on it?
I think that if you want to have a wedding, I mean, unfortunately, we're not allowed to do certain things because of the guidelines for the coronavirus right now.
Right.
But like Leeor said, if you have 40, 50 people, you want to do a wedding, do it. But if you have $150 people, you're not going to be able to do it, unfortunately, right now. So, I mean, do I agree with this whole thing about,
lockdown,
the lockdown, masks, and social distancing? I don't agree with it.
Okay.
I think this whole coronavirus thing is a hoax.
Oh boy, we're gonna have you back on the show.
You can be right.
You could be right. You know what? There's no definitive answer, but there are people that are getting sick. There are people that are getting hurt.
Okay.
What do you say to that?
Okay. How do you know they're getting sick from coronavirus? How do you know they do not have an underlying issue? How do you know that?
Well, I have family and friends that have gotten it,
and they have no underlying issue.
Not that I'm aware of. No.
Not that you're aware of.
Not that I'm aware of. Not that they're aware of. So. And for the spike to happen, it's a little more than a hoax, I would say. and I'm going to go against you here on Decade because let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Let's talk about it. Let's give it a few seconds. We'll talk about this real quick. We're beating a dead horse on this one.
Yes.
So, but let's dive into this. If it were a hoax, right? If it were a hoax, the thing that I see here is that then you're putting yourself in a perspective of not taking it seriously if it might not be, because you don't have 100% factual intellect saying that it is a hoax. It is a hoax.
No, I have no facts about that. That's my opinion.
Right. And again, what my show is based upon is that you have articulable facts to present a statement to say, hey, this is why I don't believe it's this way for this reason. And then people will come back and rebuttal with their reasons, and it has to make sense.
Do you really want me to say that? You really want me to say that now?
What?
About why I believe this whole thing is how I feel it is?
Sure, absolutely. That the show is open, man. That's why it's called Pass the Mic. Nobody here will be upset. There may be people that disagree with you and get a little, jumpy,
sure.
But that's normal. It's okay. My job here as a host is to mitigate that and make sure that people are respectful and enjoy and love at the end of it all.
Okay.
Because that's what it's about. We should, as a culture, should be able to have debates and be able to disagree on certain subjects.
I agree.
But find a strong middle ground where the majority agree and we move that forward.
Okay. I agree this whole thing is a hoax because I believe the Democrats are trying to get Trump out of office.
Okay.
And they've been trying to get him out of office before he even got in office.
Okay.
They've been trying to get him out.
That's a good perspective.
They tried the impeachment, didn't work. They tried to get his records, didn't work.
Right.
So now they're coming up with this pandemic,
Okay.
Coronavirus, whatever, and it's just like the flu.
Okay.
It's I don't think it's any worse than the flu we had.
Okay.
We've had swine flu, we've
Yes.
had the other flu, and we
Yep.
never had a lockdown before.
Right.
So now all of a sudden
We have a lockdown.
we have a lockdown for
Right.
the whole world, not
Right.
just Florida, but the
Right.
whole world has a lockdown, and now we have to wear masks. We have now we have to do a whole new world, new rules, new this and that.
Right.
And election time is coming
Right.
in November.
Okay.
So I believe this is a whole thing to get Trump out, or try their best to get Trump
Okay.
out.
And you know what? It's not a bad perspective on it, but it's also not to say that it's not a real virus. You understand? So there's a negative connotation that you're having on it, that it is a real virus. Whether it's really dangerous or not, that's the thing you should be calling into question. That should be the part that should be, hey, I know that there's a virus out there. I know that there's people are getting hurt from it, but I also think that the reason that it's getting so much publicity is for the fact that it's it's an election time, etc. If you were to say something like that more along the lines, I think that it would come off a little bit better and your point would get across to more people. Do you understand? I think that you just simply saying, hey, it's a hoax. It's
Well,
too,
now I explained why I said it's a hoax.
I think it's too general and it's too broad for people to understand or even take you seriously when you do have a good point. And I understand what you're trying to say, and I don't disagree with it. I think that there are some, I think in my personal opinion, I think that there's a power shift in the world. I think that there's something bigger underlining that we don't know. And I think that there are some things that are happening that shouldn't be happening. I also disagree with a lot of things that are happening here in Florida, specifically with our governor. And I'm sure there's a lot of people that can agree with that. You know what I mean? But I'm sure there's people that don't agree with what I'm saying, and I would really like to hear from them to tell me why they think that way, and please persuade me or educate me as to why that may not be the truth. I would love to hear from the governor and tell me, hey, this is the reason why we can't do this, and I would love to have an intellectual conversation as to why the people don't have a voice when that's what it's supposed to be. The people are supposed to have a voice. We present it to Congress, we present it to the House, we present it to the United States, and they make a decision based upon what we gave them, not what they give us, and we have to just deal with whatever they say. It's never supposed to be like that. The government should be afraid of their people, not the people afraid of their government. And that's what I want to bring back. That's what Pass the Mic was developed on. So that's why we take that. And again, this is not a political thing, that we never try to make this political or religious. Everybody has their beliefs and their religions and their own backgrounds, and that's a beautiful thing. And again, that's why my platform is unique, because we bring those real world problems and try to find real solutions to present it to the people that need to hear it?
The solution is either close up everything until the end of the year,
Right.
or open everything.
I agree.
Right now.
I agree.
That is the.
I agree.
That is the solution.
I
just
agree.
gave the solution.
I
Either
agree.
Close everything down to the end of the year.
You know what? I
Or-
agree with you 110%.
Or open everything up right now.
110%. I say if this is a serious problem, right? Either close it or open it, but you have to make a decision here, because if you look at what other countries like Germany, Alemania, etc. are doing, it's way different than what we're doing, and it's working over there. When you see something working, you kind of go in your head, hey, wait a second, we might be doing something wrong here. You know what I mean? And that's got to open your eyes to certain things. Like, for example, you know, the way we run our, you know, like our electrical and our pollution and stuff, there's other countries that are way better than us. That we could be leading an example versus, you know, following, you know what I mean? Or not even following at this point. And I think that you know, there's something that we should really look at. I'm sure you, Leeor, has traveled many places, more than I have, can attest to that. You know, like you go to France, they have water fountains everywhere with cleaner water without chlorines and chemicals in them, you know, minerals inside their water, where we don't have that. And why not? We're supposed to be one of the most powerful, you know.
Well, one of the
you know what I mean?
thing is United States is a very young.
Yeah, we're a young country.
Europe, it's
Yeah, it's been around
Europe
for many.
exactly. So this
And
is
developed.
Yeah, exactly. So you cannot really compare. Second, everybody in the world was traveling more than you.
Yeah, no, listen, you know what?
doesn't
It's
really-
so sad. And you opened my eyes set. You
told you
really
this
did
long
open
time
my
ago.
eyes. And it really set a precedence for me, which is why I was like, you know what? Why is it that we live to work? And
'Cause the
they
system
work
here,
to
the
live,
The system here is different.
you know?
The system here, you finish high school, you have to go to college, and then in college you have to have a job to pay your loan that you took to go for
Of
the college.
course.
And that's it. And then you wake up, you're 50 years old.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah, so
crazy.
Travel, man. Go travel.
You know, I am starting to, and I had a good chunk of change, you know, put away, and I wanted to, and I really wanted to do more, but right now, like I had some certain goals,
So I'm not saying right now because
and I met my goals.
No,
I
we
met.
have- we have
You
to be
want to
there
know the
before.
bad part
No.
is I met my goals. Like I really did, and we were scheduled this year to be phenomenal, and this was going to be the year that I said, you know what, we're going to do those things, and I'm going to do all these things, and it didn't turn out the way that we wanted it to, but I'm okay with it because 2021, you know what, is right there, and we're gonna, you know, we'll start fresh, and like Leeor says, we're gonna adapt and overcome, and that's the biggest thing. Let's go into the next question. Here we go. Did anybody say anything? Oh, go Trump. All right. By going live on Twitch constantly, has it been helpful? And do you still think that it's meaningful in the future? This is a question for Dekade.
Well, I used to stream on Facebook until I got blocked every time I would stream. And I've known about Twitch for many years because I used to be a gamer back in the day. And Twitch has been around as a gaming platform for a very long time. And very successful gamers came out of Twitch.
Yeah.
And made a whole life out of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So when the whole pandemic happened and everybody was on live streaming on Facebook, you know, I saw everybody on Facebook, so I was like, all right, you know, I'm going to do Facebook too. And I just kept streaming Facebook every day, kept getting blocked. Then someone said, go to Twitch. I'm like, Twitch has DJs? I'm like, I was like, you know, 'cause it's a gaming platform.
Yeah.
So every
Yeah.
DJ in the world that you know is on Twitch right now and streaming, you know, 3 days, 4 days, sometimes seven. Some are doing 7 days a week and nonstop.
Yeah.
And I've learned a lot from going from Facebook to Twitch as far as which Twitch really
Has to offer.
no, not just has to offer, but how you have to do things you have to do for your channel to be successful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whether you have, you know, the green screen overlays, whether you have a you know, you have to also have very good crowd interaction when someone joins in your channel, talking to them.
Yeah.
Where'd you get that idea from?
talking to them, you know, and you know, and giving shout outs to people. And you know, it's pretty much very time consuming, but it's I've met a lot of great people. I've met a lot of people that I've grew friendships through for the past March till now, and we'll continue friendships once this whole pandemic ends. But will I keep doing Twitch? Of course. I mean, I love doing it. It's something that stimulates my mind because I'm pretty much sitting home doing nothing anyway. so it is open. This stimulates my mind, and I'm able to be sort of creative, and play stuff that
It gives you something else to scratch.
I want. that I play something for people and entertain people. Even though I'm not seeing them live, I'm seeing them in the chat like we're seeing right now. Interacting with me and this and that, and saying oh, you're killing it, a great job, or can you play this request or this and that. So I enjoy it, and the friendships I made are priceless. And I've also got opportunities to play on different channels like music video DJs, DJology. So I've been blessed to have these opportunities during this pandemic.
I think it's more than just opportunities, brother.
Well, I'm calling them opportunities right now.
I think it's going and getting it.
I'm calling these opportunities right now, and I've gone and getting. I have been approaching people and talking to people, but
and all those little things that you're talking about in Twitch, it's a business, brother.
Oh yeah,
it's a business. You're running it like a business, and that that shows that you're striving and you're prospering from it because of the fact that you're treating it like that. It may not feel like it, but guess what? That's business 101, man.
Oh, for sure.
That's business 101. Okay, this is not working. You know what? I interacted a few times. Oh man, that really worked. You know what I mean? Those are those little things, and you'll find a little niche that's it.
And the first month and a half, 2 months, I made some very good money. Through Twitch. I mean, I'm not saying I made
share the wealth, sunshine.
I'm not saying I made millions of dollars here.
Can I invest in your stock?
Yeah,
I saw the new car outside.
You saw that, huh?
but I did pretty well, and I'm continuing doing well. It's a lot of work to put into it, to stream every day, to have a schedule, and to really put in the time, because you're playing in a room, at a your studio to nobody. But you're playing to the internet, to the world. So
right.
I'm able to be seen by everybody, instead of just playing in a club or a venue or at a wedding or a party. I'm able to be I'm on the World Wide Web, worldwide. So I'm able to be all over the world. Yep. People can see me. Yeah. So I could be approached by someone from Israel, from Barcelona, from France, from Greece, or from anywhere else. So it's a good opportunity for me to possibly get work after this whole pandemic. People see me, they like what I do. So that's why I keep doing it.
Awesome, man. That's a great answer. Queen Gina, what's up, mama? How are you? Hope everything is going well. Michael Phil says, do you think that Facebook will one day let us stream live without blocking us?
No. Copyright will always be around. And also Twitch.
It happens on Twitch.
Twitch doesn't block you
while you're live.
Right. But if you keep it recording, Twitch will mute your stream, so you will not be able to hear any audio because of copyright issues. So Facebook will never, or Instagram will never let you stream live without blocking you. Right. Never.
So the good thing about Twitch is that, users will obviously get to know this and want to see you live, and they'll be more susceptible to actually engaging with you.
Oh, and one thing, if you do want to have your sets and you want to record them while you're streaming, then download them. That way you can keep them, and if someone wants to see your set, you can send them your set without it being muted before Twitch gets it.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. Awesome. So that's another way. There you go, guys. DJs out there, take some notes, man. Take some notes. Leeor, I know you haven't gone virtual at all, but do you think that it's changing the market?
In some way, but yes, because
I like it.
Yes, a lot of people see you.
I love it. I don't have to carry equipment, and I get to party rock a crowd.
but the thing is, how long you going to do it, or if you're going to do it after the corona is over? And
no, I hear you.
So but now a lot of people doing this because
that's all it is.
That's all there is right now. They're adapting.
But when you're back to normal, you're back to work, you're back to DJ, you're back to weekends, you're back to night. How long are you going to do it after?
Of course. Look, it's always kind of been around.
Nothing will going to change.
It's always been around, but I think it did change a lot for our world and our culture.
No, of course. A lot of people see DJs on Facebook, on other platforms that They never sold before.
Do you think anybody can be a DJ at this point?
No. No. Yes and no.
Yes and no. Okay.
Yes and no.
What makes okay? Let's explain that.
You want me to answer?
I want you to answer.
Okay.
I want to answer after this.
Yes and no. Yes, because today, if we're talking about today,
This is the moment Decade's been waiting for. He's
Everybody-
with his Ferrari red T-shirt.
This is why it is for your question. The answer is yes and no. Now, yes, everybody can go buy a laptop, buy turntable. Everything is so cheap.
Yep.
And put a title behind his name. My name is Jack, and put the DJ behind the Jack and DJ Jack. Yes.
Okay.
So everybody can do. Now, everybody can be a DJ? No.
Oh,
Not
okay.
everybody can be a DJ. Everybody can be a DJ with equipment and title.
Right.
But everybody actually can DJ? No.
Okay.
This is something, in my opinion, something you're born with. This is something, it's a lifestyle. It's not like I want to be cool, so I want to become a DJ.
Uh-huh.
It's a lot of work behind it that people don't know. It's a lot of years that you put into it that a lot of people don't know. And so yes, everybody can be a DJ. No, everybody can DJ.
What's the one skill as a DJ you think you have that other DJs don't?
The skill is first of all understand music, understand sound, and understand me.
You okay?
Understand
Uh-huh.
music, understand different sounds, and understand people. So I know when I'm coming to place, I know what sound to play for these people. But you have to have a lot of knowledge in music. You have to have a lot of knowledge in different songs. It's years. It's years. When you come here and everybody think I'm successful and I'm like very well DJ, it doesn't happen in one night.
No.
It doesn't happen in 1 week.
Well, sometimes.
It doesn't happen. No.
Unless you're Pauly G or
No,
or,
it doesn't.
or Paris Hilton. It happens overnight.
Yeah, but do you see them now? Where are they?
No.
Paris
I mean,
Hilton, where's Paris Hilton?
No.
Exactly.
Again,
so I'm talking about DJs.
The DJs who are immersed in the actual
Yes.
culture of DJing. I get what you're saying.
Exactly. It doesn't happen in one
That was
night.
my joke.
No,
Literally.
but people look, for example, on Paris Hilton.
Uh-huh.
But she have what? Few gigs and then that's it.
then,
Because you cannot lie for too long.
Yeah.
You understand?
I hear you.
In one point, they're going to say, okay, this is not the real thing.
Yeah.
This is not a DJ. So DJ, yes, you can buy equipment. Everything's so cheap today. In our days, when we started, it was very expensive to be a DJ. Very expensive. You need to go buy a record. Every record it was like $10. Today you can have a music
Even
for free.
CDs.
Yeah.
I remember doing both.
I'm talking about records.
I went through it all. I went through tapes, records, and CDs.
CD, but still CD is you can go online and download music.
There was a little point where it wasn't like that though. I remember having catalogs of CDs.
Yes, but in
And I
vinyls-
remember downloading and putting it on CDs because they didn't have the digital platform of
No,
use
but
it USB.
I understand, but I'm
Yeah.
saying vinyls, you actually physically have to go to the stores
Yeah.
and go like this for hours.
Yes.
Yes. Until you find
And then
the
they had
one
little record players where you could hear them
Exactly.
sometimes.
So
and
in
stuff.
the old days, not a lot of people could be a DJ because it took you a lot of times, a lot of money, a lot of hours. And if you can see today's DJs, a lot of big names, they don't even married. Because this is more like a lifestyle. I mean, Tiesto would get married, what, last year? It was like 51 years
Man,
old.
why are you putting his business out there, man?
So it's take a lot of, it's take 95% of your life
Good for him.
to be a DJ. He actually got married in Utah in the desert.
He could have held on a little longer.
So yes, so for the question, yes, everybody can be a DJ. No, everybody can DJ.
All right, that's a good answer. Let's see. Dig says, yeah, it's true. Being a DJ, or have a lot of work. So that's what he wrote, but I'm assuming he says you have to. It is a lot of work. So I agree with that. Robert, what's up, Robert Alsop? Big shout out to you, CC Events. Big shout out to you, buddy. Hopefully everything's doing well on your end. I know he's got CC Events and he's also a firefighter, right? He's a EMT on a firefighter team. So big shout out to you, man. I hope you're staying safe and thank you for keeping everybody else safe. Decade. I know you have been like itching over there. He's been bouncing his head around. He's been wiggling his butt around like he's like, oh, come on, let me answer the question. Let me answer the question, please. All right, let's hear what you got.
All right. So I agree with Leeor as far as anybody can be a DJ because equipment now is so cheap and music is able to be found anywhere, whether it's YouTube, whether a friend has a collection, or whether you just join a record pool,
Thank
whatever.
you.
Yeah.
Let's not give the other options out anymore.
No, but I'm just saying, dude. I mean, I'm saying all the.
There's a lot of DJs listening. We're influencing a lot of people. Let's not do that.
Okay.
There's a lot of J's out there looking to get the DJ in front.
So, I believe that in today's world, that anybody can be a DJ today. Okay, and I'll tell you why, because I've proven this to several people that as a DJ, when you get hired for an event, nobody is really auditioning you as a DJ.
Okay.
They're booking you. Say, okay, Eddie, I want to book you for a DJ. You call me DJ.
Yeah, but why are you picking me?
I'm. Because you're close. 'Cause you're close to me right now. So
I came up first on
Yeah.
Google. Good job, Sandy.
So they book you for an event, and you come with your controller, with your two speakers, whatever, and you DJ, and you don't know how to mix, you don't know anything. You just play. You just play the tracks that that are people
Right.
they requested or that people like.
You're a glorified iTunes. Got it.
Correct.
Spotify.
So people today don't care if you mix, don't care if you scratch, don't care, because they just want to hear the song that they want to hear, and that's it.
Yeah.
I've proven this several times. I've DJed in clubs and done this where I have not mixed one thing and just played after like a jukebox, one song after another song, and people loved it, and the places everybody danced, didn't care. The people have no really knowledge of what a DJ should be doing, whether it's mixing, scratching, wordplay.
Now I'm getting itchy.
So, I believe that anybody today can go to a venue and get a gig as a DJ and not even know how to DJ or first thing about DJing, because back in the day, when you had to audition to DJ at a club or a venue, and if you didn't pass the audition, you didn't get the job. Today, nobody's auditioning you. They ask you, how much you charge? Oh, I charge $100. Oh, I got another guy $50. Well, then use the guy $50. So today it's all about price. It's all about, how many people can you bring to my venue?
But you're talking about clubs or weddings.
No, I'm talking about clubs and restaurants, venues, not weddings. Okay. So it's all about how many people can you bring to my venue, and how much you charge. That is what the clubs are as of today. Nobody's auditioning you. Nobody cares if you can mix two records together or not. So that's why I think anybody today can be a DJ, can go buy equipment and go be a DJ.
Yeah, but there was in my time.
Man, you took my shine.
there was in my time also when I was DJing in clubs in Miami, and people. I mean, I'm very well known DJ here, so people know that I'm not a promoter. I'm a DJ.
Right.
But being said, I've been in places and I saw that the first thing that they asked the DJ is not what you playing, is how many people can you bring, and this is the culture here that I understand completely. So yeah, if you're talking about clubs, restaurant, and it is a problem, and the owners, they're pretty much thinking about how much money they can make. They don't don't care about the music. They don't care about what you're going to play.
Exactly.
But being said, there is a club. They're more about the music. They're not about the bottles or this. So it depends where you're going to work. I mean, if you're going to spin in space, they're not going to ask you how many people you're going to bring. Exactly. So it all depends, and also how you're going to represent yourselves in day one. If you're going to I can bring people. People not going to look at you as a DJ, as a promoter.
Yep.
But you got a good point. This is a problem that I was facing, years ago here in Miami.
My turn?
Yeah.
My turn?
Yes.
I don't agree with you.
Yes.
You want me to tell you why?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cannot wait.
because what you're saying has some truth to it. Okay? Meaning, if I wanted to get a car that goes from point A to point B, I'm not going to care what car I went in. Now, there's a big difference. If I give you a car, right, and I go there and I get there and I'm fine with it, I didn't say anything bad and I didn't say anything good. I didn't say anything at all.
Right.
The difference is that when there's a good DJ up there, people do recognize it.
So
There are-
very few. Very few.
I've been
again,
to parties. I've been to
Eddie,
and
it
remember, I've been in
depends.
clubs.
Yes, but it's
For a long time.
It's two different
Exactly.
things. You're talking about club or weddings. Wedding, it's different.
No,
DJ.
no. That's what I'm saying.
Clubs, it's different.
I'm talking about clubs.
You're talking about clubs, okay?
Yeah, I'm
That's-
talking about clubs.
that's the little
I've been to
story.
clubs, right, where I've had people come up to me and go, "Yo, that was the best set I've ever heard." You know what I mean?
Okay.
Do I get like everybody to come at the end of the night and
No.
go that? No, but I did get my start in clubs, like meaning I got my name to fame or whatever you want to call it in clubs. You know, same thing with radio. Same thing with radio. When I was on radio, same thing. You know what I mean? Most of you guys know me from coming from that world.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's one of those things that I agree to a certain degree. I've seen it myself. I understand what you're saying and where you're coming from. But I do understand that people do recognize
Yeah, they do.
when there is a good DJ. Whether they say it or not, there is a different vibe that's left in the room when there is a DJ who is paying attention and doing stuff that they've never heard in their life before.
I agree with that.
Right? Or they put a set together so well that it's amazing. You know what I mean? And not everybody likes whatever you do in your set. Like I have people who hate if I cut a song because they really wanted to hear that song. But you know what? I don't know what part you like the most. All I know is that the majority of the crowd went freaking crazy when I changed to the next best hit. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things that you may not everybody agrees with your set, but as long as you're getting the majority or the bigger vast of everybody to have a phenomenal time, I think that's what it's about. And I think that if you harp too much on, well, I could just play whatever and it's not going to matter, then you're letting go of what makes you a DJ.
No, I never said that. I don't do that.
Right.
But I have done the part where I didn't mix a song. I just played like a jukebox
Right.
and
You can literally put Serato on auto.
the party went
You
on.
can literally
and,
put Serato
Yeah,
on auto.
exactly.
Most people don't even know that you could do that with Serato. You could do that with Virtual DJ. You could do that with Tractor. You could do it
Correct.
with every platform. So nobody give me anything about it. You have sync buttons on every single platform. And back in the day when you had turntables, there was a way to put a record on and let it play, and then you had like multiple tracks on that record.
Yep.
So don't tell me that there wasn't a way back in the day. I carried crates. Most people can't say that they carried crates. Okay, I was a crate carrier.
Yeah.
I used to use hand carts and stuff like that to carry my crates in, and I would spend hours sitting there, BPM, matching, putting stickers. You know what I mean? Like I was turntablist. You know that when you got introduced to me, I literally only DJ'd on turntables. When Leeor saw me for the first time DJing outside of a party, I was on turntables. You know what I mean? I was at a Jewish synagogue, right? I think I would believe.
Yes.
And I was DJing on
was the
turntables
daytime.
outside
Yeah.
in the daytime.
Yeah.
Okay? So nobody can tell me that, DJing has... Look, what makes a good DJ? A DJ who reads the crowd and plays the part. What separates you from the rest is whatever unique ability that you have to do, that Leeor said that sometimes you just have something naturally that you naturally have as a DJ. Now, when I look at Leeor, what's his natural ability? I think that he pinpointed it perfectly for himself. I think that his natural ability is his character, his charisma that he has with people, the way he's so friendly with people. I think that's people attract themselves and associate himself with that, and his accent, like he's got like this thing with him, you know what I mean? Like it's a thing. Like he just has this thing that you kind of gravitate to.
Right.
It's kind of like when you hear somebody from England, they have that, that accent, and you're just like, say something, say my DJ name, please say my DJ name. I need a new drop, please say it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things, like, you just gravitate to it. Decade, I think your thing, for me personally, looking at you as a DJ, I think your thing is remixes. I think that you're just a DJ of many remixes, and you like digging in the crates looking for the remix that the other DJ doesn't have. I think that's your thing. I think that that's what separates you from other DJs. I don't like to pick on myself. I like for other DJs to regulate what I do. For me personally, what I feel that separates me is a little bundle. Like, I like to MC while I'm DJing to interact with the crowd, and I also like to, I'm very diverse and eclectic with my music. I'm sure you guys have heard it. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, I can jump genres. Like, not many DJs do that. You know what I mean? I'll play an Elvis Presley track, make you dance to it, and then the next second I'm into like a Spanish merengue or salsa, and you're like, holy crap, I can't believe the journey this guy just let me on. You know what I mean? That's what I think for me. That's my little niche, but other DJs have said other things, Yeah. And I listen to everybody's collective criticism, and I've had DJs tell me, you cut the music too fast, you do this, you do that. You know what I mean? And it's okay. Like, I understand that. I'm not gonna please everybody, and I know how to let a track play longer. I do. I can. It's very simple for me. But for me as a DJ, I enjoy the flavor that I put on it. Right. You know what I mean? That's my sriracha. That's my that's my secret sauce. Let's see what everybody else is saying. Love the show, Kings and Queens. Queen Gina. For those of you that don't know Queen Gina, she lost somebody very close to her, and ever since then, she said that everybody was kings and queens, and it's a beautiful story that she has. So if you ever get a chance, ask her. I'm sure she'd be wide open to tell you. She's an amazing person. Much love to you, darling. She's always sharing, reposting, liking, loving, and interacting with the crowd. So that's much awesome. Love to you, Gina. There's very few people like you, and I think that you're a very special person. So thank you for that. Let's get into the next one. What triggered you to pursue DJing? Do you have any other ventures? Ooh, DJ, I want to Leeor. Come on, please tell me. You got any other ventures, brother?
Besides DJing?
Yeah. Major investor in Ferraris and Dekade.
Not a lot. I mean, all my life is around the DJ life and the business that I'm running.
Okay.
It's like music and entertainment.
Oh, by the way, why don't you tell everybody your business? Tell them where they can find you.
Well, I think after the show or something, they're going to have a link.
No, we can do it right now. Tell us.
Basically, it's lr-entertainment.com. We are a full-service music and entertainment production company. We have DJs, bands, musicians, live musicians, dancers, entertainers, everything that you need for any occasion.
And there it is, guys, right there, right next to Leeor. You'll see him on the screen in just a few seconds.
Thank you. So this is basically my life. I mean, I'm doing this for 20 hours a day. So beside of that, I like to travel
and sleep for 4 hours, apparently.
Pretty much. I don't sleep a lot because when you love to do something, you cannot wait to wake up. You're going to sleep. Oh, I need to sleep now for 4 hours until I can wake up again.
And do it again.
Yeah. So this is how I feel. I mean, this is what I never had any other job in my life. This is what I did. That's it.
That's it.
I don't know anything else.
This is it.
This is it. So basically, this is pretty much 15, 16 hours a day. I like sport. I like football. I like, Dolphins,
football American or football?
No, football and soccer.
Okay.
We in America, we have to use the right, the right word. So
that they use here.
So basically, if I watch something on the TV, it's a sport. It's baseball, football, basketball, soccer, European football. But beside of that, it's everything around the business, around the music.
Do you remember what sparked it? Like, because your dad, if I'm not mistaken, was a driver, right? He's a truck driver, a major truck driver in Israel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And what was the first time that I never asked you that, man? I've known you for like 13 years, 14 years.
Mm-hmm.
I love podcasts. What was like where did you get your start? Who was the first DJ, or what was the first thing you saw?
Nothing. I mean, pretty much it was my brother when I remember like I was 4 or 5 years old. My brother started buying a record.
Okay.
So I remember I even remember the first records that I had in the house. It was Leonard Cohen. This electric light. Cat Stevens.
Okay.
So this is.
I love electric light.
Yeah.
I love it.
London Train.
Yeah. Oh man.
So
Those
this is-
tracks were forever too. They never ended.
I still have them on vinyls, and this is how I get into music. And I was like 4 or 5 years old, and then I would start to listen to records that he used to buy every week. He used to buy records, and this is how I started actually. So I didn't have any influence from DJ or something. Just my brother bought records, and that's how I started into music. That's how I started to like music. And it's leading me to natural to DJing, pretty much. Yeah.
Well, there you go. I learned something new today. Look at that.
Yes. Well, you never ask.
I know. I'm such a horrible person. I'm a horrible friend. Do you see this? Sandy, why are you laughing at me?
But basically, I love DJing. I love sport. I love to watch sport. I love to be in sport. I go to
So
the
basically,
Dolphins
you like
game.
to be in the spotlight.
Yes, I like to travel. I like good wine. I like good food. But beside of that,
Like
beside
long walks on the beach.
but beside of that, everything is around the music, the DJing, the business. pretty much.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. What about you, Decade? What got you? What was the spark, the motivation, or what venture got you into there?
Well, my family, my parents always had tons of albums and records, and when I was a little kid, they always were playing albums, this and that. Then when I was 14, 15 years old, MTV came out.
Which was many moons ago, right?
Too many moons
Well,
ago.
there you go. See, now you're letting everybody know your age.
all right. It's all
14,
good.
15, you got into MTV. You guys can
Okay.
do the math.
So MTV came out.
So it should be 72, no?
Close.
Close.
So MTV came out, and I would see all these different, videos and music, and it was like, I was just hooked.
Yeah.
And then I would see like
Two
hip
Left
hop
Crew.
DJs. No. Then I would see hip hop DJs like Run DMC and the
There you go.
videos and stuff like that. I would see the DJs just going crazy like on turntables and doing this. And I was like, I got to do
Kid
this.
Capri.
I got to do this. So I was working at the time, and I saved up money,
DJ
and
Clue.
I bought two 1200s
Yeah.
and a Newmark mixer. When I was 16 years old, I saved up my own money to buy that.
Do you remember the turntables?
1200s.
Oh, you had Technique 1200s?
Yeah.
Oh, you were a baller your whole life, huh?
I still have in my house Newmark turntables.
You have Newmark turntables?
Yeah. still in
So
my
I
garage.
so I had so I bought 1200s in a Newmark mixer, and I started just using my parents' records, just messing around, this and that, trying different things. And as I grew older, I got into I started as a hip hop DJ. That's how I started as a DJ. Started only hip hop, and it was old school hip hop, not the stuff today.
Well, back then it was relevant
Right,
hip hop.
Exactly. So there was a record store by my house that I would go to probably twice a week, and just buy 12 inches and go back and just mess around, this and that, and then from there I just have never stopped DJing.
Oh, man. Any other ventures?
Well, I've had full-time jobs that while I was also DJing. I was a property manager 13 years. I've done valet parking. Been in the restaurant business for about 12, 13 years. So I've had several ventures.
12, 13. Boy, man, to figure out your age, you gotta get up there on a calculator, huh?
Pretty much.
Oh man. All right. So any other ventures now though? Are you looking into anything else? Investing?
Well, I do invest. And as far as right now during the pandemic, I mean, I've been looking at different things, whether it's starting, another business, not DJ, but something totally different.
Okay.
But not sure really what I want to do because I've seen so many different options.
Mhm.
But I always think in my head like, okay, but then I Google like t-shirt sales, for instance, and I'm just like, there's so many t-shirt companies. Why would someone come to me to buy a t-shirt? When there's so many different t-shirts. I'm just using that as an example.
Right.
So
Because
I've
nobody knows your age.
exactly. So
Your first T-shirt should be "What's my age?"
If you guess my head, you get a free one.
So yeah, if anybody gets my age, I'll give you a free DJ Decade t-shirt. I'm serious. Anybody gets my age right now in the chat, I will give you a free Decade t-shirt.
Hold on, him.
No, not that one. Not that one. We're in sensitive times, bro.
Oh. There we go. So that's pretty much I might start a detailing business, detailing cars. I've been thinking about that as well. So I have options, just haven't figured out what I want to do yet because who knows when we're gonna go back to DJing if we ever do, like how it used to be. So I gotta figure out ways to also make money.
Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. It's crazy times right now.
One of the things I forgot to mention that I play tennis a lot. A lot.
How do you guys feel about DJ battles?
I don't.
Me. I mean, I'm not a turntablist or a scratcher and that. So for me, I'd rather watch it than try to participate and fall on my ass.
Would you rather participate or judge?
No, I'd rather judge.
You rather judge?
Because I'm not a turntablist. I'm not a scratcher. I don't beat juggle, do wordplay, all that stuff. So I'm not a battle style.
What if there was a
DJ?
What if there was a way to engage like DJs who are like club DJs or event DJs?
What do you mean?
Like, so example, like if we had a DJ battle that was club DJs, club DJ battle, would you engage in something like that? Would you engage in a DJ battle, something like that?
If it doesn't require me to.
Basically, what I'm getting at, do you like the competition of DJing or do you just like DJing? That's it.
I mean, I like the competition, of course. I mean, who doesn't like competition? But I don't think I'm in that category to
participate in it.
Well, no, I'm not gonna pat myself on the back, but I think I'm a good DJ. But I'm not a battle DJ. I'm not a Red Bull 3-style champion. I'm not a DMC DJ. I'm not a battle style DJ. So let's just say if you and I were to battle, you would kill me because you know how to scratch, you know how to do wordplay, you know how to do all these different things. So I don't know how to do that stuff. So for me to enter a battle and fall on my ass, no. I'd rather judge or just watch it.
All right. What about you, Leeor? I see you quiet.
Nah, I mean, it's nothing. I don't see the reason to battle another. I'm thinking against other DJ to see who's going to be the first place. No, I mean, I prefer to battle on tennis courts. DJ, I don't see any reason why. I mean, it's not even a competition. I don't see it like this. I mean,
you know why I like DJ battles?
I mean, how you going to? I mean, if you play tennis, for example, okay, you get more point because you make the point, you win,
right.
They lose. I mean, in DJ, I mean, who say that you're going to have more point than the other one? I mean, I don't understand all this thing.
If have you ever seen the Red Bull 3-style or anything like that?
I saw it as some of them, but it's never. I mean,
or how they judge them, or how they gauge them, and stuff like that.
But it's still it's who said it is right or wrong?
Here's what I like about DJ battles. This is the one thing that I really enjoy.
You've done it.
I've done a few.
Yeah,
I also did DMC when I was younger.
Yeah.
Like really young. But either way, the thing that I like about DJ battles is that you learn something new every single time, and you get to appreciate other DJs. Like you really do. You get to see their creativity and their flow, and they may be against you, and it makes you laugh. Like, I laugh every time like somebody tries me on a record and they're DJing. Like I literally enjoy it because it's the spark of it's kind of like trash talking when you're playing basketball or tennis or whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever sport you have.
I think it's like to see it, but for me to be involved with it, I don't think
I'm one of those that I'm not dumb, and I'm not gonna put myself in a position to where I'm gonna get like totally destroyed. Like if it was a DJ battle with like the three style champions, or like, hey Scorpio, go battle, DJ Chris Villa. Yeah, no, not gonna do that. Or Craze, or you know what I mean? Like, I'll be like, look, listen, he won, but I would love to see him go at it anyways. You know what I mean? Like, I'll play, but I'm not gonna consider this a battle because it's a loss for me. You know that it's a loss for me. But when you see DJs within the same realm going at it, or even just attempting at it, like beginner DJs, I love it. I think that it opens up their creativity. They really dig into the music, and they really look at what they want to do with it. So I think that like if you had like a club battle DJ, I think that you do a club battle style, like how they engage in the crowd, what kind of music selection they do, how are their blends, you know what I mean? Those are the things that I'm going to be looking for as a judge. If I did like a wedding DJ, okay, how do they flow their music?
But who said that this is going to be right and the other one?
Well, because
it's going to be wrong.
Because there's still, no matter what, a general guideline to club DJs and wedding DJs.
No, there's not.
There
is not a guideline.
I mean, who's going to say you're right and the other one is wrong?
There is no guideline of DJing.
I'm telling you.
Show me the handbook.
If you're saying that there's no guideline to blending in a DJ world,
No, everybody is blending the way he thinks to blend.
Exactly.
okay, but if you train wreck a
the
blend
only thing that you
and
need
people
to
don't
focus,
react to it,
the
then
o-
you lose.
But the only thing that you need to focus is the crowd.
Exactly.
That's
don't-
what I just said.
Okay, but
If you have,
focusing on how
But
he's
hold on.
blending and how he's mixing.
of course,
it doesn't matter
because
It's the
because
crowd,
if he
it's
if
all
he
the
blends
crowd.
if he blends properly and the crowd really reacts to it, whether I thought it was trash or not, that's something I got to look at.
But every
But
DJ
it
blends
doesn't matter.
differently, mixes differently, transitions differently,
Exactly.
cuts differently.
That's what makes a battle good.
No, but there's no. You're saying
but
there's
there's no right or there's no wrong.
exactly. Everybody has their own style. Like I have my own
It's-
style. You
yeah.
have your style. Leeor has his style. You know, I mean,
But there is a right or wrong.
there is not.
The right
there's-
the right is that the crowd engaged in it. The
Okay,
wrong
so
is the crowd did not
no,
engage in
okay,
it.
so let me tell you this. You have your own style. He has your own style. I
Right.
have style. The crowd dancing for all of us the same thing. Who's doing wrong or who's doing wrong?
No, which way did the crowd react more
the same,
to?
the same, same.
Well, then you have a three-way tie, and you have to battle it out even
So
more.
Why is to battle
It's
about
like
it?
a silent disco, you know.
No.
I mean, it's
No, no.
Yeah, there's no handbook of DJing to show DJ 101 and this is how you have to mix.
Okay, so Jesse says battle DJs are battle DJs. There's no competition battling with club and event DJs.
totally agree with that.
No, look, I think that there is. I think that there's a line, that crosses for it. I think that if you have DJs who, you're looking at the way they blend, you're looking at the way that they transition at the song.
You look at it, because you are the DJ. You look at it. The crowd,
The crowd doesn't care.
doesn't care. I'm
Exactly.
telling you.
I'm telling you, they do.
don't-
They
So the
don't.
crowd going to the booth. Let me see how you mix it.
No, but I'm not
But
saying.
no.
But they're listening to the sound.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't
If
care.
you have your own style, he has his own style. I have his own style. 500 people jumping for 3 hours the same thing. Who DJ better?
The problem is that it doesn't happen. What you're saying is not a feasible thing, because if we all got up there and DJ'd and you had a crowd of people who are going to judge you, they're going to pick somebody definitively.
Okay. So let's say
I mean, we saw this before.
Okay.
We did one recently. You
Yeah.
can't say that it's not possible or it's not going to happen. Look, the judges behind that thing, I'm not going to say much about it, but you know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't have been the judges. It should have been, crowd
I
interaction,
agree
like I
with that.
said.
But Ultra.
If it was crowd interaction or even what the DJs even thought, think about what would have happened in that battle.
I agree, but I'm gonna go to another thing that with Ultrafest has thousands of DJs,
Mhm.
okay, and they're all playing pretty much predominantly the same kind of music.
And if you go to
Hold on,
people, they'll tell you who their favorite is.
I understand that. No, I'm not. I'm
The
not saying
favorite is
that.
because they come from the house. My favorite DJ is this. Doesn't matter how he play. My favorite
They're all dancing.
Roger
Every
Sanchez.
DJ is.
It doesn't matter how
Everybody's
he play.
dancing.
But
Everybody's having a
that's
good
the
time.
point. That's the point. Who picked the right songs at the right time and what songs reacted to that crowd?
But
No,
it doesn't matter
doesn't
if this
matter.
style is better than the other.
Exactly.
I don't know, bro.
All right, next topic. Next topic.
I don't know. I don't know. I got Jesse fired up, so let's see what he says. He says,
I'm taking the mic from Eddie.
you're looking at it that people have a perspective, Scorpio, because you're a scratch and battle DJ. No,
Exactly.
you know what? I
agree with Jesse.
You know what? Even if I eliminated myself out of it, I think that the thing is that you got to look at how DJs blend and how DJs put
cares?
things
But
together.
you
I think that
go-
it's
Who
important.
cares?
I think it's important.
I don't
think
care.
it's important.
It depends to who.
I think it's important.
Important to who?
I think it's important to the
To
crowd.
who?
To the
To
crowd.
who?
I think it's
But
important
the crowd,
to
if
the
the crowd are happy, do they care if you blend the
No.
music the way you want it?
No, but if the crowd is happier because of the way I blended or did
So if
something,
the-
then it's important for me
If
to
the
know.
crowd happier more because the way I'm DJing. So do you
Now I have to look at your style and go, okay,
Why?
how do I create that style and put my own twist and flavor on it? That's how DJs work, man.
But maybe they're not going to be happy with you after. And then what?
Well, then I screwed up from the beginning.
There you go. Next question.
Next question. Pass the mic. I'm
Pass
taking
the
your mic away.
I'm getting kicked off my own show. How's this happening, man? DJs, I tell you, you can't take them anywhere.
But man, there's nobody with DJs. Everybody is on
Exactly.
own style. Everybody DJ the way you want it.
Well, this will be
and
good
the
next.
crowd, the crowd
I'm gonna
will-
love this next question.
That's
Fine.
it.
You want to go to the next question? We're gonna go to the next question.
Let's go to the next
This
question.
will be a good one. Here we go. What is your go-to equipment? Do you feel like it's important to stay up to date?
Of course. Now, if you're a club DJ, no, because you're using the club's equipment, so you don't need really to worry about. You need to worry about your own personal stuff, computer, or whatever you play. Now, if you a mobile DJ, if you like doing weddings, event, absolutely, you have to care about your equipment. You have to be up to date with pretty much with everything.
Yeah. Jesse says, hold on, I gotta go back here. So Jesse says, blending is a great practice to make mixes and have people enjoy them at events. People are more focused on song selection.
Yep.
That's one way of looking at it, but I've seen people go to me and say, hey, that was a great blend, how you put those two songs together. That they were more focused on how I put those two songs together rather than the song selection.
But the general public at the venue, event, party, whatever you are, don't care how you blend. They just want to hear whatever song they want to hear. That's it.
It's always about the next song.
Exactly.
That's it. You're a good DJ about you're a good DJ about the next song that you're going to play.
Okay.
That's it. No blending.
We'll see.
No mixing. This is your technique. This is your personality. It doesn't mean nothing. Nothing. It's all about the next song.
Yep.
If the next song make the crowd stay on the dance floor, you are a
did
winner.
the job.
If the next
Exactly.
song make the guy for the 3-4 hours,
Mhm.
you are a good DJ. It doesn't matter how you blend,
Okay.
how you mix, what you do. Of course, you need to know how to blend. You need to know how to mix because the two songs need to be. But you have mixer, turntable, two songs. That's it.
Yeah.
Simple. Next song. What is the next song? What is
Okay.
the next song?
Yep. That's it.
So Jesse says, if you want to stay up to date with equipment, then you better have a nice cash flow.
Of course. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Decade? You look confused.
Again, it depends if you're a mobile DJ doing events, you need to bring your own equipment, or you're a club DJ. It's two different things.
So to have good equipment, you have to have deep pockets.
I believe this is my belief, but I'm. How do I say? how do I say?
Oh boy, here we
I
go.
believe something, but I've done the exact opposite of what I believe. Okay, so
Yeah,
Share-
you
share
gotta
with
be
us,
careful
share
what
with
you
us.
say.
no, I've done the exact opposite because
Let us know.
I've always updated and bought the newest and latest controller, the newest and latest speakers. So
Yeah, but we know that you have the Ferrari sitting outside.
no, but you don't need to.
Okay.
Okay, everybody thinks that you have to buy the latest equipment, this and that, but nobody cares if you're using a Pioneer controller, a Denon controller, a Behringer speaker, an Alto speaker. It doesn't matter. People don't care. People do not care. They don't. They don't care.
They don't care until they hear it.
No, they don't care.
Let it
You could go with a little Newmark to go, that little Newmark
Yeah.
to go to a gig.
Yeah.
And rock a whole party with that. And
Absolutely.
and nobody's gonna care.
100%.
Nobody's gonna say, you used that? Was you used?
Yeah, no, nobody's gonna care.
Exactly.
I agree, 100%.
So
but when you get into speakers, you're into a different realm.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, you are. No, you crossed the line there.
If you're doing a major event, yes, it matters. But if you're doing a club, a little bar gig or restaurant gig or a little wedding, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. That's what.
Does
my
not matter.
point.
Okay,
It depends.
100%. It depends on
It depends on
what you're using it for.
Yes,
I
exactly.
agree with that. 110%. Every event caters to what it needs and
Correct.
what you should be supplying for it. That not every speaker was created equally, and you should use the speaker for the application in which is determined to use.
But let me just say before you continue, it's not about the latest. It's about something that it's not old enough that you can keep using it on the high level.
Right.
You don't have to spend now to go and buy a $1,200 a piece of speaker because this is the latest.
Right.
But you have to have a decent equipment so you can use. It doesn't have to be the latest. Now, if you do an event in the high level, when you do event, high level weddings or whatever this, again, it doesn't have to be the latest. It has to be
good.
something
Right.
good and new that you can trust.
Agreed. Okay, so here's my take on it, okay? The question states, what is your go-to equipment, and do you feel like it's important to stay up to date? Yes, it's important to stay up to date. Why? Because then you get left behind, okay?
Behind who?
You get left behind.
Behind
How?
who?
How do you get behind? Left behind.
What do you mean, how do you get left behind? Look, DJs are taking new steps and new categories to mixing and blending different things.
How many years you told me to buy a controller and I still didn't buy a controller?
No.
And you told me because you stayed
Look,
behind.
No. Look,
I use turntable.
I told you.
I don't have to use
told
the
you to
controller.
get. I told you to get a controller for the simplicity of it. Okay.
But
I didn't
why?
tell you to get this control because look, even if I gave you all the features in the world, you're not going to use them
Of course.
because you're not that type of DJ, and I understand that. Okay. But
So
if I
y-
gave you a
I-
DJM 800 and I put the echo effect, you're going to love it all day. As long as it has an echo and a phaser, you're going to be there all
no,
day.
but my point is, you tell to the people to buy it so they don't want to stay behind. Now,
Of course.
behind,
What I'm saying
behind
is
what?
is that, for example, when you're a DJ who actually takes the DJing portion of it, like actually practicing new formats and new ways of coming up with different styles and trying to stay relevant with things that are happening, you have to stay up to date. For example, you want to go into virtual
I'm sorry.
DJing.
Hold on, I'm gonna interrupt you 1 second. How long has the 1200 been around?
Many years.
Okay, is 1200 still can play and rock a crowd?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And you're not left behind being using 1200?
Yes.
Which format?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
No,
matter.
yes it does because they're using them as controllers anyways. So don't go there.
It doesn't
No.
matter.
It does. No, you can't go there.
Yes, I can.
No, you can't because
just did.
Look, turntables. Look, when you use turntables with actual vinyl, it's different. Okay, you're not going to be able to rock the crowd the same way that you would with a laptop. You
Absolutely
cannot
you
go.
can.
You cannot
Absolutely
go.
you can.
Cannot go track to track on a record. You cannot.
Yes, you can.
Absolutely, you can.
Dude. You cannot go as fast as you would on a. Show me. Prove me wrong.
It's not.
Send me any video. I'll tell you what. Go on
it's not
YouTube
what
and
the
show me
equipment
any
that
video.
You play. It's how you play and what you play.
Exactly. But if you're doing a different type of style of DJing, there's certain limitations that you're going to have on certain pieces of equipment, no matter what you look at.
Listen. Tiesto, for example,
Mhm.
one of the best. What he played? He played Pioneer Tempo, Pioneer
Mhm.
CDs. Not even computer. Not even the USB.
Yep.
It doesn't matter the equipment. It's you,
Exactly.
the music that you play, and this Sven Vath. Two vinyls,
You know,
speak a mixer.
you know.
That's
The
it.
thing is that
The controller
House-
coming because this is
house.
the new
You're,
thing.
you're
and
talking about
people-
house music. House music is you're gonna play at least 4 minutes of
It
the
doesn't
same
matter.
rhythm,
It doesn't
and then
matter.
go into another
It
rhythm that
doesn't.
is exactly the same.
It doesn't.
Okay,
How
so
they play
you're
the-
not.
how
You're,
did
there's
they
no
play-
creativity
how
in it.
did they-
But go look at Carl Cox and tell me he doesn't play with newer equipment and things that he can get his stuff done. Don't tell me you can't look at somebody like
Carl Cox?
like
Carl Cox? You
yes,
want to-
Carl Cox. Let's talk about Carl
play
Cox
For the new Pioneer, the 2004.
and turntables both. He does both.
Yes.
Okay, 'cause
turntable
he does
and a
both.
mixer, that's
Right.
it.
No, and his mixer is not a regular mixer. And you know when he plays with a laptop, it's not just any
He doesn't
laptop.
play laptop.
Yes, he does. He does both.
He play USB.
He does both.
He does both.
Last
He does
video, I
both.
just saw a video of him like a week ago
Yes,
with
He does
USB.
both. He does
he
both.
does both.
He does
Okay,
both.
no, but-
100%.
So
this
this
is
is
look,
why he carries
Jazzy
music.
Jeff. He doesn't just play on turntables anymore.
And I play the laptop.
He plays on a laptop.
Okay.
Why? Why? If you're telling me that it's the same,
But
then
w-
why?
You didn't talk about the laptop. You talk about the equipment.
Of
You're talking
course,
about the
staying up to
equipment.
date is important. So if you're saying that it doesn't matter to stay up to date, then why aren't you on turntables rocking vinyl and carrying them? Because it's important to stay up to date.
With the music, you're talking about the
Not
music.
the music. I'm talking about the equipment because if not, then you'll be rocking
He
turntables
is rocking
wearing
turntables.
crates.
But you're talking about.
But he doesn't rock
equipment.
turntables. He rocks CDJs. He actually rocks Newmark CDJs. So there's nothing wrong with it. Do you understand? But what I'm saying is that in order to have certain things and to stay relevant with the times and being able to have the amenities or
What, to do
the beautiful,
to do this effect. This is what you're talking. This is
not
more
just the
important.
effect,
So
but being
what?
able to have the freedom or the ability to do different things. For example, back
can
in the
do
day
everything
when
with
you had
turntables.
CDs, back in the day when you had CDs or vinyl, right? You couldn't have a playlist in front of you the same way that you have with a laptop.
Listen,
It's not the same.
They think the new DJ buy the controller now because this is what they're making. They don't really make any more vinyl. They don't really make any more.
No, Jesse, I'm not talking
this-
about DJs that are sponsored by music. That's
And-
that's baloney.
And that's it. This is very simple. But for us, what we do and what we like to DJ, I like to DJ to turntables and mixer. If I didn't do a wedding, if I'll do only clubs and play house music in Nikki Beach, I will still play vinyls. But today I can because I need to play 2 million songs with million of different genres.
Okay,
So this is why I'm using the laptop. But
Why?
I'm still. I just told you.
but why?
Why what?
Why did you have to do that?
You have to do what?
Why did you have to change music, and why did you have to play 2,000 songs? Why?
Because I'm doing.
Because you have to stay
weddings.
relevant to the times.
The music.
And
a laptop. That's it.
you're confusing yourself.
No.
Yes, you are.
You're talking about two
No, I'm
different
not.
things.
No, I'm not.
We're
Yes, you
talking
are.
about music. This is
You
one
can't-
thing.
You can't do it with that equipment. You can't do it. If you could, then you
I'm
would do
just
it with that
telling you
equipment.
that I'm doing.
With a laptop and 2 turntables, you could do it.
I'm just telling you that I'm doing.
I understand what you're saying. But the equipment is still up to date. It's not
1200's not up to
behind.
date.
What are you talking about?
Decade. What you're not understanding is the mixer that he is using has to be up to date to be able to use a Serato based system.
Right.
Okay? Or you're going to have the knowledge of how to use a computer to be able to rock that. You need to know where the buttons are on a computer to know how to map the
We're
equipment
talking
to be
about
able to work
music,
that way.
No, not computer. If you look all the big name DJs,
Mm-hmm.
they don't play controllers. They play turntables.
That's not true.
mixer.
Not even close. That's not even relevant.
I'm not talking about open formats.
I'm talking about
I'm talking
professional
about,
DJs.
No, they don't play controller. I'm talking about house DJ. I'm talking about Tiesto. I'm talking
man.
about Black Coffee.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
A-Track.
Huh?
Talking about A-Track.
I don't know who's A-Track.
Okay, he's a
I'm talking
world-renowned
about-
DJ.
I'm talking about house DJs.
House renowned
Sven-
world. Can you help me out here, please?
yes, yeah.
Can you help me out here, please? Because
Okay.
I'm gonna keep going. Because Tiesto sponsored a controller as well. If you want to go down that road, I can tell you how many DJs sponsored controllers
they
and
can
really
spell-
rock
they can
rock
spell-
them because
but
there's
if you
nothing
go-
wrong.
if you
Okay,
go on
what's
YouTube-
your problem with a controller?
I don't have any problem. You have a problem.
No, you said I don't use a controller
I
because
don't
that's
use
not
a
real
contro-
DJing.
No, I don't use controller because I like to use 2 turntable and a mixer. You have a problem. I don't have a problem.
What mixer do you have?
Pioneer.
Which one?
What is it? 1100?
No,
What is it?
you have a 600 if I'm not
No,
mistaken.
I don't have 600.
You're using a scratch box.
No, I don't have to use a scratch box. It's a real Pioneer. It's a 900 or 1000.
You're using a 900 already?
Yes.
Because before
A
you
long
had
time
the
ago.
800,
I use it for 1 or 2 times and I tried.
right?
But it's a
And I know you were using the Scratch Live box.
the scratch box. Yeah.
Yeah, you're still using the Scratch Live
Yes,
box? Then
yes.
you don't have a new one. You have the same thing.
I don't have the same thing.
Unless you're plugging a USB
My
into the
Pioneer
mixer,
is
you're
like
not
this.
using a new
It's
one.
900. 900.
If you're using a 900, it has a USB port, so you can plug in the USB directly into the laptop.
No, this is the Pioneer 900 that I use the channels.
I promise you. Are you still using the Scratch Live box?
Yes.
Then you're not using a 900.
Yeah, you're not.
So what is it? 800?
I believe you're using the 800.
800. No,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I believe you're using the 800. I
Basically,
believe.
it's 2 turntables
It's
and
so
mixer.
old.
Right.
It's not up to date.
No. And let me tell you, the difference between an 800 and a 900 and 1000, because remember, I do my homework on the equipment, okay? The difference between an 800, 900, and 1000 was the quality and a few other little features, okay? So the ability to be able to plug a USB directly into the
Right.
mixer and stuff like that. So the 800 is not, it's still a very well-known mixer.
course.
It's still a great mixer, just like turntables, Techniques, 1200s.
Uh-huh.
So there's nothing wrong with what he's using, is what I'm saying. You can use anything. Like we said, the DJ to go. But what I am saying is the ability to have the flexibility of doing certain things makes a big difference as well. Okay? For him, carrying around the cases and stuff like that, because he came to me and was like, hey, why is it that you use this? Why, blah, blah, blah. Why are you changing equipment? I change equipment because people say you have to have deep pockets in order to do that. I don't think that you have to have deep pockets to do that. I think
nothing to do with money.
I think that if you buy equipment right the first time, for example, Technique 1200s, and you buy the industry standard, to get out of the industry standard and stay in the industry standard, it's very easy and it doesn't cost very much. I was on an SZ. I went to a 1000 as far as controller.
Right.
I still have my Technique 1200s and I have the Rain 12s in the back shop.
Right.
So as far as diversity of equipment, I've been on a million different types of platforms, right? But the difference is that Leeor can send me to not just a wedding DJ. Leeor can send me to a club DJ or whatever, because I'm comfortable on all these platforms. That is the importance of being up to date with equipment. That is why it's important to be up to date with equipment. And when people don't realize that, I think that you're kind of taking away from the DJ culture. I think that you should be able to play on Record Box, Serato, Scratch Live, Scratch DJ, or Serato DJ, excuse me, Serato DJ Pro, Pioneers, Record Box, Torques, whatever. I mean, I can go back in the day, you know what I mean? Like I can go as far back as you want. But the thing is that I played on every single platform so that I was comfortable. It doesn't mean that it's my favorite go-to, but it means that I'm comfortable on it. Like
Right.
a controller is not my go-to. You guys know this. My go-to is the turntables. but I'm also not going to lug them around anymore because I can do a lot of the things on the controller that I don't have to worry about on turntables.
Correct.
But my go-to is turntables because for me, it makes me a better DJ.
Right.
You have to fight a little bit more with it. You have to work a little harder to get where you want to do on turntables.
Right.
And you see I have vinyl there. I play on real vinyl. You know what I mean? Like I will grab real vinyl so that my ear doesn't go away. Because when you do play on a laptop and you do play on controllers, you do tend to lose certain things. You kind of rely on other clutches. But I do that also is because I can mix faster. I can do different tricks. This is the importance of staying up to date with equipment for me. It doesn't need to be for you, but I'm giving you my reason as to why it's important to stay with that.
Yeah, but your reason, it doesn't mean that other people's reason too.
Of course.
Exactly. So everybody's working. No, you like you say you have to use the latest. You have to use the latest.
I don't say you have to. I say if you want to be relevant with what's going on, you have to.
No, you don't.
To be relevant of what's going on,
I'm
you
very
really
relevant on what's going on, and I don't use the latest.
I'm talking about your style of DJing to be
It
relevant.
doesn't matter about the style of DJing, what equipment you use. You have to understand. It doesn't matter if you use controller or two turntable or mixer or mixer 800, 900, 2000, 3000. It doesn't matter. It's you as a DJ. The equipment can make your life easy if you want or if you don't want. It's up to you. But it doesn't mean if you're using controller, you think everybody else should use a controller because it's doing a lot of stuff.
So Jesse, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying and I try to explain you this for a long time. Each DJ work with the equipment that he want to work with. He feel comfortable. It doesn't mean that he need to be up to the date with the equipment to be a good DJ. It just doesn't work this way.
And again, not to be a good DJ. I mean to be
Be up there. I mean,
a
whatever
diverse
you,
DJ.
What is diverse DJ?
But diverse DJ means
a diverse
your
DJ.
music.
A diverse DJ
What
being
is
able to work on different pieces of gear is diversity. That's diversity. No matter how you look at cook it or book it.
But it's not like a test. Okay, you can play on this, on this, and this, and this. Okay, you can play all of that. Okay,
Right.
you're a good DJ.
No, I didn't say that either. I'm saying that
everybody has
in
to
order
play-
to have diversity in this industry, in order to
But
be
why
able
you
to,
that- why you have to
why
have
do,
a
why do,
diversity?
okay, you don't have to, but
Exactly.
it's the same reason as to why don't you just play house music? That's the same question
But
that you're
again,
asking me
we're
there.
talking about music
Again,
and equipment. It's two different
okay,
things.
music and equipment, same thing. It's the same thing. It's
It's
the
not
same
the same.
concept, is what I'm trying to explain to you. Is that if you only play on one type of equipment, right? That means that's all you can give. That's all you got. You're a one-trick stud, okay?
No. And
But if you can play on multiple equipment, it opens the doors to more people.
which people?
The people that need you to play on that piece of equipment.
Why I need to pay another piece of equipment?
You don't need to, Leeor. I'm not telling you need to.
I mean-
I am saying that if you don't know how to, you're not going to.
Listen, everybody can play on a controller. It's not a big
Not
deal.
everybody can play on a
You
controller.
you tell them which bottom is this, which effect is this.
No.
2 minutes before, I play on your controller.
Okay.
Exactly. Thank you.
Okay.
Without even know what is a controller. It was
Because-
the first time.
Because I told you that the controller is the
Exactly.
same as anything else. If you have the basic principles, you're going to understand it.
Exactly.
But in order to be comfortable on it is a different thing. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Got it.
It's a
Next
total
question.
different thing. All right. So Jesse says, Carl Cox isn't a pioneer DJ. I don't think we said he was a
I
pioneer
didn't say he
DJ,
was a
but
pioneer DJ.
you don't think that he gets the latest from Pioneer or Denon? Of course he does. Why wouldn't he get the latest and great? Listen, every major DJ
He uses
gets
Tractor.
all kinds of things. And you know what?
But he doesn't play all the time with the
Jazzy
laptop.
Jazzy.
Carl Cox is sponsored by Tractor. That's who he's sponsored by.
Yeah, so it doesn't even matter. And you see him play on everything. I've seen him play on Serato. This is baloney. You know what I mean? Like,
But he doesn't
again,
play
he's a
laptop anymore.
diverse DJ. He's a very good DJ. A very good DJ.
But everybody, all the DJs now, they're going into the USB. They don't play anymore. Pretty
And
much
again,
laptop.
that's
They
a
come into doing a Ibiza 2-hour sets. They don't need the
again.
laptop.
This
they
is
put the USB.
this is in the realm of
That's it.
house
correct.
because house sets are completely different than any
Correct.
other set.
Correct.
It's a much longer set that's already pre-mapped pretty much. Most house DJs won't take a request from an audience. I want to. It's a total different world and culture that we're talking about here.
Exactly.
Because because the DJs don't have it, that CDJs are the industry standard. No, I'm not saying CDJs are the industry standard, even though they are. I'm saying that the reason that they're the industry standard is because they've been around for so long, and that they actually work in a certain format that when you get to use those features and you get to use all those things, they are a very, very good platform. Do I think that the Denons have a better, category than the Pioneer CDJs? Absolutely. I think most DJs who play on a lot of equipment will be able to tell you that the Denons feel better. They have better features. Their lagging equipment is just much better. It has all the things that you're looking for. It's got the spinning platform. It's just a little bit more comfortable depending on your experience and what you feel comfortable as a DJ. But again, that's an opinion based on what equipment you're most comfortable on.
What people probably don't understand, and what you confuse them, is you pretty much say if you're going to play with the updating equipment, you're going to be a better DJ.
I'm not saying that at all.
And this is what people understand. Now, I know we don't, because we are DJ, and I know you.
Yeah.
He knows you. But a lot of people that knows you, that's probably what they get. So my point is to let the people understand that he didn't mean it, because I know, but you probably understand it. It doesn't matter that what equipment are you going to play. You're going to play with two little
CDJ
turntables.
goes. Yeah.
It's up to you as a DJ to be a good DJ.
Correct.
Now, equipment, if you're a good driver, you can drive in 67 old Ford.
Right.
It doesn't matter. You can also drive a Lamborghini.
Correct.
It doesn't matter the car. Is you holding the wheel and drive. So for everybody that got confused with Eddie, he didn't mean that if you're going to use the latest equipment, it's make you a good DJ. Don't get confused.
No.
You have to be a good DJ first.
I've seen really bad DJs on really good equipment.
Exactly. You have to be a good DJ first. Equipment is second. That's it.
I think the basic principles of DJing are very important. I think that once you get past that, being able to use all the little tricks and tools of the trade on a Ferrari you become even a more diverse and a more
it's more
efficient
easy to
DJ.
use. It's updated. You have a lot of feature. It's not like
Pioneer
this.
Yeah.
You have, but it's first of all, it's about you.
Yeah, absolutely.
As a DJ.
And what level or skill that you're at, and how far you want to take that skill. Really, honestly, that's what it's about. Because when I switched from the SZ to the 1000, which is very recent. I mean, I got it a week ago. Being able to do certain things really opened up the creativity side on my end, because I was already comfortable with the other part. So now I'm trying new things, and it doesn't come out perfect. I do it live and it doesn't come out perfect. And I go back and I listen to it. I'm like, oh man, this is trash. Delete this. You know what I mean? I can't believe I'm showing people this. But in most DJs that, are listening or whatever, I don't care. Like for me, I'm practicing, I'm learning, I'm developing on something that I haven't played on ever. And I'm doing different things that you might not be trying to do. Try to do it, and if you succeed, great. Show me the way. When I succeed, I'll show you the way. If you want to learn it and you want to do it, I'll teach you.
Right.
So that that's my take on new DJ equipment. And thank you, Leeor, for clearing that up to the air. Again, having good equipment doesn't make you a good DJ. Having good equipment makes you a diverse DJ to be able to do a few more things that a Ford 1970 Pinto can't do that a Ferrari can. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go into this or that segment. So you guys know the song that goes, you can get with this or you can get with that. You guys know it?
Yep.
All right, you guys are going to help me sing it. You guys ready? Here we go. You can get with this or you got to help me sing it. All right?
I'm not singing.
On the count of 3. Ready? What do you mean you're not singing? Come on, you're part of the show. You got to join me here, man. Okay, do the jingle. I've seen you dance. At least dance with me then. All right, here we go. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. You can get with this or you can get with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this or that segment. Basically, here's how it works. We want you guys to join in, chime in, and have fun with us for us to be able to wind down and cool off from all the hot topics. So here it goes. You get to choose one. I'm going to ask you which one you're going to choose. You cannot choose both. You have to choose one or the other. And then I'm going to ask you why you chose that, all right? And we're going to go around the room, and then we're going to look at how everybody else answered. All right, would you rather have a beach or a pool?
Pool.
Beach.
Pool. Why?
Because it's outside my house. I don't have to go anywhere on the drive. I don't have to get sand in my toes and my shoes and get all sandy. So
Okay,
rather do a
let's
pool.
just pretend that you lived on the beach. Would you rather the beach or the pool?
Well, I used to live on the beach and was the beach, but now it's the pool.
Pool. All right,
Yeah.
pool.
Beach.
Leeor, beach. Why?
Sand
You like the sand on your toes?
on everything.
On there? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Weirdo.
It's the only thing that you need to know about it.
That was good.
Controller.
That was good. That was good. Sandy,
I prefer the beach
beach. Why?
because of the water and the views.
The pool has
Natural,
water.
Natural.
It's the views, huh?
Yeah, pretty much the views.
all the Johnny Bravos out there. All right, let's see what everybody else is saying. Michael's saying pool. Lexi, my daughter, saying hi, Poppy. Hi, baby. How you doing? Hopefully everything's good at home. Alexander Lopez agreed. All right, there are techniques that you can't do on certain equipment. There you go, Rainier. Pool. I hate the sand on the beach. So Michael, I'm assuming you're going with pool. Carla says pool. Jesse says pool. All right. I don't like the beach for the simple fact that there's too many things that can eat me. So I'm going with pool. All right, here we go. What are you homebody or outgoing?
Homebody.
Homebody.
Okay, why?
Family.
I like to be home, man, to comfort my home and just hang out and do whatever I need to do, you know?
Okay.
I mean, our job is to be out
Exactly.
there all the time. So when we know, it's like if you're working in the pizza place, when you don't, when you're working,
What
what
do you
you
wanna
want to
eat?
eat? Pizza. No. So yeah, so we working, we out there weekends,
Home? All right, home.
Yeah. Mhm.
Sandy,
I think homebody.
homebody? I disagree with that one on you. 100%. Think about it when I tell you, hey, we're off today.
You're right. You're right.
You should really think about that. You're definitely not a homebody at all.
I know you are.
I'm 50-50 split on it. So if I had to take a choice, I'm definitely gonna go with homebody, and only the simple fact is that where I live is away from everything, and I can do things at home, and I can keep myself busy at home. As long as I have that, then I'm a homebody. But if I'm just sitting at home, it'll drive me nuts. I have to do something. I like unwinding. Don't get me wrong. I like my binge days or watching TV, but definitely I'm an outgoing kind of guy. I gotta get things done though. But I don't like being around too many people sometimes.
That's why I said you're
It's
a
weird.
homebody.
It's weird. I have like it's weird thing. I don't know. It's weird. All right. Be able to control fire, or be able to control water.
Fire.
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 Fire. Yeah.
Fire. Why?
Because I can burn things.
Okay.
You can control it with water.
You could what?
Control it with water.
You could control it with water.
Yeah. Water you can
That's
control.
interesting.
You can control water with fire.
Fire with water.
Right.
You can control fire with water.
You cannot control water with fire.
I'm confused. I lost you somewhere. Okay, so wait. Okay, so you chose fire, right?
Yes.
And you said that water can control fire, or fire can control water.
Water can control fire.
So you like fire because water can control fire?
Because I can control the fire. Yeah.
Because you
With
can
water.
control the fire with
Yeah.
water, but
Yeah.
you'd rather be able to control fire because you can use water to control it because you want to control it. I understand now. Got it.
Thank
It took
God.
me a second. Yeah, sorry.
It's okay. So that's what I meant. It doesn't matter the equipment. It's what inside.
I mean, he just tried me, Sandy. You hear this? This is crazy. All right, I understand what you're saying, but it's funny. I'm gonna go the different way with you on that one. Sandy,
Water.
water.
Mm.
Why?
No, I just love water.
You'd rather control water.
Yeah.
All right.
Fair enough.
As far as if I would rather be able to control fire or water, I'd rather control water because I have the ability to control the fire with the water. So the same thing that you said, just on the opposite end of the spectrum. Also, I don't like playing with fire. Sometimes you get burned.
Oh yeah.
True.
Absolutely.
So there you go. Let's see what everybody else says. Homebody. Home is where the heart is. Homebody. Water. you can control fire with water. Yep, Jesse's on the same page as me. All right, Jesse. 2 points for you, bro. 2 points for you. Here you go. I'm just gonna give you the air horn right there. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Asking questions or answering questions?
Answering.
Answering questions. All right.
Asking questions.
Why?
Because I want to know.
Why?
Oh, why do I want to answer questions?
Yeah.
Not sure. I just like answering questions.
And what was your reason, Leeor?
Because I want to know things. If
Okay.
you want to know, you ask.
Sandy?
Asking questions.
Asking questions. Why?
I like to know and ask and probe.
I'm going with asking questions because in order to answer questions, you have to ask the question first. Gotcha. Got him. All right, let's see what everybody else says. We'll give them a few seconds. All right. Egg scrambled or sunny side up?
Scrambled.
Scrambled. Why? Give me wise. Give me wise.
Don't like sunny side up. Scrambled is the only
I
way I
know.
can eat eggs.
That's what I'm eating every Sunday morning.
Every Sunday morning, eggs. Scrambled eggs. Sandy?
Scrambled eggs,
Scrambled eggs?
for
Get
sure.
used to it.
I like mine over easy. Or over medium, excuse me. Over medium. Because then I can scramble them. Yeah, we're going to go with scrambled because it's safer. That's it. That's the only reason I'm going with scrambled. It's safer. All right. Asking questions, and then scrambled. That's what we got. All right. Adam Sandler or Will Ferrell?
Will Ferrell. Will, definitely.
That's a 50-50 for me.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but hey,
You have to choose one.
You could get with this, or you can
You
get.
can do
See, if
with
you
that.
would have sang the song, you would know what this is about.
I'd say
It's not the equipment that you're using. It's the.
I'd say
Will
in this time I'd say Will Ferrell, but yeah.
Yeah. All right, Sandy.
Adam Sandler.
All right, you got to give me a reason
because
behind
he's
it.
richer.
His movies, I just find him to be more funny, to be honest.
All right,
Shake and bake.
I'm going. No, shake and bake over here. Definitely Adam Sandler, without a doubt.
Why?
Exclamation!
Why?
Period!
Why?
Period! Why? Because
why?
Adam Sandler is the reason Will Ferrell is even relevant. People like Adam Sandler is the one who paved the way for comedians like Will Ferrell.
Okay.
I don't think that I don't find Will Ferrell to be extraordinarily funny. I think that Adam Sandler writes his scripts, does the stuff, creates the content, and I think that he is just a lot more talented and he brought more people along with him in his movies than Will Ferrell did. So I'm definitely going Adam Sandler. Shout out to both, but definitely going Adam Sandler. He's a legend. And if I really had to choose, you know I'm going with the funny man.
Fair enough.
Ace Ventura, Pet Detective? Ring a bell?
Nope.
No? All right. Well, watch that movie and you'll find out who's funny. All right, here we go. Let's see what everybody else is saying. Adam Sandler. I don't find Will funny at all. There you go, Jesse. So I feel you on that one. I think he just does he plays the same character over and over and over and over again.
No, it doesn't.
As he does.
Okay.
He plays dumb every single time. Come on, tell me he doesn't. Which movie does he not play dumb?
That's not a question. That's not in the script. That wasn't one of the questions.
All right, so here we go. Have your phone leaked or house burglarized?
What do you mean have your phone leaked?
Meaning they get into your phone and all your information gets out
Oh,
there.
take my phone. Leave my phone all day long.
Take your phone.
Yep.
Sam.
Same.
Ditto.
Take your phone.
I got nothing in my phone that's worth anything.
Everything's
Yeah,
saved
no.
anyway.
The only problem I have with my phone is that I have a lot of passwords and stuff on there. Or my house burglarized. Yeah, I don't want to feel intruded on, so I would say take my phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I that feeling of somebody burglarizing you, I've been there, done that. I don't know.
You burglarized somebody?
No, somebody burglarized me.
Oh.
Yeah. Take my phone. Take my phone. That seems to be the popular one there. All right. Board games or poker?
Poker.
And that's the game, not something else. Poker.
I'd say board games.
Board games. Which is your go-to?
Trivial Pursuit, Scrabble, Monopoly.
What was the first one? Trivial
Pursuit,
Pursuit?
yeah.
I've never played that.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever played that.
Trivial Pursuit, Monopoly.
Played Monopoly. Trouble.
Scrabble.
Scrabble. Yeah, I played that one.
Life.
Operation.
Clue.
Yeah,
Operation.
there's a lot of board
Yeah.
games. A lot of board games. I like the options there.
Yeah.
It's good. And Leeor poker. All right.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you pick poker over board games?
Just like poker.
Just like poker more?
Yeah.
Are you a card game kind of guy?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Absolutely.
Oh, now I know who to invite for the poker games. Wait, make some money.
I asked for it for a long time. I mean, I mentioned this. We should do like a poker night.
We should. We'll do a
Yeah.
poker night with the boys.
Yeah,
There you go.
absolutely.
You're too far away from me to drive poker.
We need to take it digital. I'll take your money digitally.
Do it on Twitch. We'll do it on Twitch.
Zoom poker.
There you go.
Do
Zoom
Do
poker.
a Twitch poker night.
There you go. Sandy,
I would say poker. I like card games.
Yeah.
you don't even know how
I
to play
love
poker, do you?
Spades. A little bit.
How do you get a royal flush?
I don't know. But I love spades, and that's not an option. But I love spades, so I love card games.
You like card games more, so you think that you'll like poker more than you like board games.
Correct.
Have you ever played Monopoly?
Yes.
What other board games have you played?
I've played Scrabble. I've played Life. I've played a couple of board games in the past. But
Did you ever
it
win on any of
doesn't-
them?
Huh?
Did you ever win on any of them?
Yeah, but it just doesn't keep me entertained as much as card games.
Okay.
Like, if I really get, for example, like spades, when I get on it, I get addicted. That's why I deleted the
Got
app
it.
off my phone.
Got it. All right, cool. I'm split on this one, but if I had to choose, I enjoy poker. I think there's strategy to it, and it's like it could change every single time. I like poker. I really do. Texas Hold'em is my game right
Texas Hold'em. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
there. My home was burglarized when I was young, and it left a harsh memory that hurts till this very day. Yeah, sorry to hear that, Jesse, man. Yeah, definitely had that happen. My first equipment that I ever had that was passed down to me from my dad was taken from my house. So I know that feeling. Been there, done that.
So you weren't up to date then?
Not after that, but then I did. Decade, I know you got to get out of here, man. It's 4:06. You got a show going on. Why don't you tell everybody where to find you and what you're doing today, and then I'll continue the rest with Leeor. We don't have too much time left here, so.
Tonight I'm doing on DJology on Twitch. Go to twitch.tv/DJ_ology from 6 to 8 tonight,
Okay.
doing a 2-hour set. And it's going to be music videos. Don't know really what. I haven't planned a set. Like I told you, I don't plan sets. But it'll be fun. A lot of great DJs on that channel. You can also find me on twitch.tv/DJ Decade. That's my channel. I do every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday is Mashup Mondays. Wednesday is Way Back Wednesdays. And Friday is Freak. Oh my God, I forgot what I called it. It's something Fridays.
Check out his social media. The flyers are there,
exactly,
people.
yeah, the flyers are there, yeah.
So if you're confused, if you're looking on YouTube or Facebook, a rerun on Instagram, etc., the links to all the guys are on the screen. You guys can check them out there. If you're listening on Spotify, Google, or any of the other application platforms, he just gave it to you. But give them one more time, Decade, real nice and slow, where they can find you on Instagram or your Twitch feed
Instagram is at DJ Decade
with a K.
with a K, correct. And Twitch is twitch.tv/DJ Decade.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it right there. Big shout out to you, Decade. Thank you so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. What an honor to have you on the show. Much love. And
Thank you
I
so
know-
much for having me too. Appreciate it.
I know we'll be seeing you soon, man.
For sure. I gotta stay relevant. I gotta stay up to date.
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for DJ Decade, man. Big round of applause for DJ Decade. That's the big one.
All right, man.
Thanks for coming, man. Drive safe, all right? All right, let's finish this off with the one and only Mr. Leeor. LR Entertainment. You ready to finish this off, buddy?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. Let's get into some world topics. What do you say?
Yep.
You want to do some world topics, or do you want to do some interactive questions? Which one do you want to do?
Interactive question.
You want to do the interactive
Yeah.
questions? All right, we'll do the interactive questions. All right, he says, I have his cell phone number. What's up, Rainier? Rainier, man. Rainier's hilarious. All All right, let's get into this. All right. Do you know a song from the year you were born?
No, not really from the year that they're born, but like a few years after. You know, all this Cat Stevens, Leonard Cohen, Suzanne. What is it? Electric Light Orchestra.
Yeah.
You know, pretty much all the
Those were
songs.
the tracks
Yeah.
that you grew
Yeah.
up to. You're
Yeah.
telling us. All right. So
Yeah.
what are your top 3 most used apps?
Instagram, Facebook, I guess Twitter.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, you're a Twitter.
Yeah.
You like to tweet.
Yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Would you look at that?
Enough, Sandy. Enough. All right. So our marketing specialist and our director of the crazies over there, Sandy, says that Twitter I should be more active on. All right, fine. I'll tweet a little bit more. If your bank account could talk, what?
Add more zeros. Add more zeros.
You know what mine would say? Help. Help. Later, buddy.
Bye.
All right. What's been the most?
Add more zeros.
Well, I like that question. What's been the most shocking event this year for you?
The Dolphins draft the quarterback in the first round. That was really shocked. I thought it was going to be in the second round.
I don't know if that was the best question to put in 2020, Sandy.
You asked, this was the
That's the
best.
point.
More than
Well, at
Corona,
least-
more than everything.
I think he thought outside of the box there. So that was definitely outside of the box. I like that answer, Leeor. That was a good answer, man.
That's the
That's a
true
good
answer.
That's a good answer. Yeah. What's the best voice impression that you can do?
I can do it if I'm on the phone with somebody that cannot see me.
Okay.
But face to face, I don't really doing this. I mean, I don't have any something that I use.
Nothing?
Nah, no face to face. No, it's weird. Over the phone, I can.
What's the voice?
Over the phone,
What is it?
we have to be over the phone.
What is it? This is a microphone, so it's a
No, I mean it's something natural, something like kind of like woman voice.
like
But
a
it's
woman's voice?
Yeah, but it's not going to be like really impression here. It has to be while I'm on the phone.
Are you afraid to do the impression, man?
No, I just like it.
Look at him. He's turning red.
No, this is from the pool.
It's from the pool.
Sorry, from the beach.
From the beach. From the sand.
From the beach.
That's what you do in the sand. Huh? You just rub your face. Come on. Come on, give it to us. Give it-
No, I just like it.
It's a microphone. It's the same thing.
It's like a woman voice. That's it. Woman English voice. Woman English accent.
An English woman voice.
Yeah.
Give him a round of applause. We're gonna give you a round of applause.
Thank you,
There
thank
you go.
you,
We're gonna give you-
appreciate it.
There it is. There
There
it
you
is.
go.
And then we're gonna give you the air horn afterwards. Sandy, can you do an impression of anything?
Nope.
Nothing.
Nope.
Nada.
Nada.
Oh man.
What about you?
I have a few. What would you be an actor for Netflix if they offered you a job?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Would you want to be a main character or like just a cast member?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
As long as you're in the movie, yeah.
Is it?
I would, yeah.
You don't mind doing movies?
No.
There you go. Netflix. He's up for hire.
Tell them.
What looks delicious? Best, but taste horrible.
Ooh. I think liver. It's look good when you look at it. It look like a steak, but when you taste it, it's look.
I did not expect that, man.
What did you expect? Ice cream?
He said liver,
No, because liver.
and you said it's so serious too. He's like
it's look good. It's look like it's nice.
like
piece
it's
of
delicious
yeah.
steak, and then
But when you taste it, it's like nah.
Bleh. That was it, huh? You know, there's gonna be like 50 comments after this, like, "Oh, you having a good liver? You gotta cook it right."
Yeah, but taste. Everybody has. It's like equipment. Everybody play different equipment. Everybody has different taste. of food.
Sandy, you got any foods? No, nothing. Not that you can think of. All right. Have you ever been banned from a public place?
Yeah.
Never. No. No. Yeah, me neither. I don't think so.
No.
Not that I remember. If you could have dinner with one celebrity, who would it be?
Bob Sinclair.
Wow.
Yeah, I think so.
World, hold on.
Yeah. Because he's a look guy. He's a good guy. He's a nice guy. He's a funny guy.
You
I
seen
think
his,
if we go for dinner and then we go at night, go out,
have you seen his
bad
live
things
DJ?
can happen.
Have you seen his live DJ?
I saw him once here in Miami.
Good DJ.
Yeah.
Good DJ.
Mm-hmm.
If there were internet Olympics, what sport would you be in?
If it was what?
Internet Olympics.
A real sport? What's going to be? I mean, like,
All right, so I'm assuming, and this is we're gonna have to ask the director in a few seconds, but I'm assuming that if there was sports on the internet, which sport would you do? Like, I guess if it was like Wii, and then you played on the internet.
I get typing.
No,
I guess-
microphone. That's what you have a microphone for.
I get typing. It's
Like
typing
best
faster.
commentator, best memes, you know.
What? Like an Olympics for that?
Mhm.
Where do you come up with this stuff?
From the internet. I guess so.
Which sport would you be? Would you be the best memer, the best commenter? Would you be the
Commenter. I think the best commenter.
best commenter?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
the sport you would go into, commenting?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what I would pick. I think I would go with memes.
Yeah.
I think I would go with memes. Oh, man. I don't know. Let's go into these world topics real quick. David T. Hines from Miami got approved for $3.9 million in PPP loans. Spends it in a 2020 Lamborghini. That was Decade. They got the wrong name. Jewelry, dating sites, and clothes. He was linked to an investigation when he was involved in a hit and run with the Lamborghini. Was he the one running, or was he the one that got hit? Do you know, Sandy?
I believe he's the one that hit.
And then he ran? Wow. Holy smokes.
Hmm.
Have you gotten any PPP, EIDL, or anything like that?
Yeah, I got.
You got the PPP?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, pretty.
Did you buy a Lamborghini?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
But this is illegal. What is that? It doesn't use. it
Yeah.
doesn't
So the
supposed to-
PPP states,
yeah.
just some information for everybody. The PPP is a payment protection plan. Basically, you could pay yourself if you're a self-employed employee.
You're not
If you're a
supposed to
business
buy
owner,
things, yeah.
you're supposed to keep up with everything that you were paying for in the past. The PPP and EIDL were not created for you to gain, value or assets. It clearly states that you're supposed to just sustain yourself so that you can pass this this pandemic and being able to go right back in without any problems. With the PPP and EIDL, they are forgivable. You do have to put in the information. You do have to submit your information for it to be forgivable. Most companies, most people are LLCs or S corps. And they're, the small businesses that either pay themselves on a payroll or don't pay themselves on a payroll, which is fine. Either way, there's a value in which that's determined on how much money you pay yourself without doing a check or whatever the case may be if you don't keep track of it. And that's going to be on line item 31, right? Line item 31. Did I say that right? Is it 31 or 32? I don't remember. It's been a little bit. But basically that you talk to your accountant, make sure you get the information correctly, and educate yourself before you do something silly like this. And you shouldn't be hitting people and running, regardless.
Of course.
It's the wrong thing to do. Lexi loves you, Poppy. Oh, Lexi, I love you too, baby. All right. Tropical storm Isaiah is likely to form today. Florida is in the forecast cone for this weekend. Tropical storm is expected to arrive in South Florida Sunday morning. So the coronavirus, the deadly hornets, and none of that worked. Aliens, UFOs. So now they're releasing their hurricanes. What do you think? We're supposed to have a tropical storm this weekend. Did you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy, huh?
It is. But I
Yeah,
don't think
this is
it's
normal here in Florida, though.
yeah, I mean, we are what? August?
Yeah.
Should
Yeah,
be.
we're going to have this till like October.
Yeah.
And then it dies out. All right, Halloween Horror Nights was shut down this year, but the event producers from the Haunted Road are working on creating a drive-through Nightmare Road in Orlando this fall, a unique Halloween experience in the comfort of your own car. I used to love going to Halloween Horror Nights. Have you ever been?
Yeah. I've been
It's
once.
enjoyable, man.
Yeah, it's very nice.
And the production value there is
Yeah.
amazing, phenomenal. Super awesome. The
Yeah.
smells, the lights,
Yeah, it's cool.
everything is super cool. You know, we should do that as a group too.
We should.
We should go do
Yeah.
that.
Should still go to the golf place to play.
And
And,
instead of going to
Davy.
instead of going to oh my gosh, what's it called, Sandy? The golfing shooting range?
Yeah.
Hip
Top golf.
Top Golf. There you
Top
go.
Golf,
Instead of
Top
going to
Golf,
Top
yeah.
Golf, we should go to Horror Nights.
Yeah.
Man, you never know. Things might straighten out and they open it back up. Well, they're usually building the props and everything, I guess, by now, right?
Yeah.
Man, this sucks.
Yeah.
2020 has just been a little rough, man. A Southwest Florida man wanders around a hotel naked and identifies himself as Batman to deputies. If
Too
you were to
much-
do it, what
too
would
mu-
you?
Too much drugs.
Too much something, right?
Too much.
If you were to do it, what would you be?
I
I am Leeor, the DJ.
Probably Tarzan, just to put just to put like a bathing suit and that's it. Just to run.
Some skin flapping and your butt showing on the back.
Yeah.
Oh, I can see you doing that. That's funny.
Oh, of course I will do.
That's after Horror Nights. He's like, "Ah!" Sandy, what would you be? Which would be your superhero to be crazy?
I don't know, Captain Underpants.
Captain Underpants. Fa la la. You can tell she's younger. She picked Captain Underpants. Probably the same character my daughter would pick. I think I would pick
Ooh,
Spider-Man.
really?
Yeah. A naked Spider-Man? Think about it. I'm over there going staring. Oh man. All right. So, Southwest Florida. Boy, we got some characters down here, don't we? It's crazy.
Yes.
McDonald's will be closing over 200 restaurants permanently due to their sales impact because of COVID-19. Studies are showing. How do you feel about this? What do you think we can do to reverse this?
Eat more McDonald's.
Eat more McDonald's?
Yeah, it's.
I mean, there's a
don't know.
lot of businesses closing down, man. I mean, they say the bigger they are, the harder they fall. But McDonald's
Yeah,
has gone
but-
through so much.
But McDonald's franchising, so it's like everybody operate different. I mean, if you have a business and you cannot survive with 3 months without income, maybe it's your fault.
Or maybe the company doesn't want to take a hit and they just figured that it'd be
It's
best.
not a company; it's a franchise. McDonald's is a franchise.
You can own a McDonald's? Oh, that's well, you can. You can.
It's a franchise.
It's always been a franchise. Yeah, that's interesting.
So it's nothing to do with McDonald's.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I wonder if the main franchise though, why wouldn't they? Well, I guess it's not their problem at that point.
I don't think there is the problem. If the guy want to close,
He closes. Yeah. Interesting. It's time to go buy McDonald's, man. It's time to go buy McDonald's. Think about it.
Maybe,
It
yeah.
is. This is the
you have $1 million
opportunity.
to buy a McDonald's
I
franchise.
mean, land of opportunities, brother.
it costs $1 million.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I go 500. You go 500.
No,
we
I
split it.
cannot today, but we can do it tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah.
I have to go home.
Okay. There's an L and an E in Leeor. Okay.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay. America's small businesses are dying. Small businesses in industries like retail, restaurants, and hospitals, hospitality, can be considered engaged species, an endangered species. Excuse me. Man, what's wrong with my reading today? To help them survive, social studies have proven all you have to do is wear a mask. It'll help businesses be able to function and reopen. I don't agree with this. I think that it also has to do with opening and closing things. You know what I mean? Like, if you're away from everybody, and like they said it would do, and we've seen happen in the past, then it should fix itself, right? I mean, I don't get it. Either that or open the floodgates, man. Just let everybody just get this thing over with. What do you feel?
I don't know. I think people should go with mask if they tell you to go with mask.
Right?
I don't know. People doing like, no, I don't want to go with mask. Free country. Okay, free country. So everything is closed. Go with mask. Maybe we'll open. There's no like who's I'm telling you, go with mask. You have to go with mask. Go with mask. It's
Right.
not that difficult. I mean, people just
Yeah.
no. I'm not going to go with mask because they ask him to go with mask. So there's always the people that do
Yeah, there's always the
Yeah,
resilience.
so it's like
Yeah.
They say
it says
if you go to
it says don't park here at Publix, and yet people park there all the time. You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
mean-
I have a special right because I need to pick up 3
I don't
bags
know,
of groceries, so I'm just gonna park there.
I don't know if it's going to help. It's not going to help, but I tell you that's what you should do, and things will be better. So do it.
By the way, I hate when people do that. Do you? It lurks at me. Like I look at people like, why are you so special? Like when they park right in front of the store and they're like, oh, I just needed to get something quick. Well, just park your car.
That's the problem.
Are you one of those people or no?
No.
You park your car.
Of course I park the car.
I hate when people do that, man.
No.
It really lurks at me. It gets.
I don't
gets
do
on my
anything
nerves.
that's bother other people.
You respect people.
Yeah, of course.
Well, you respect the rules in general.
But the rules, they made the rules that you can respect other people.
Exactly.
So this is why they made the rules.
I went to AutoZone because I've been working on my daughter's car that I'm building for her when she grows up, and there was a car parked right in the front, and I'm thinking, man, how is somebody handicapped gonna get in here? Because he just decided to park there. I got in, got what I needed, and I was getting a specialty item. I got what I needed, talked to the person. Car's still there. I was so upset.
Yeah.
I wanted to almost just bash in the window just because, you know what I mean? Like, you were in my way, like it doesn't matter what you think. So what should I matter what I think?
I don't care.
You know?
Yeah.
Like I get these irks that are really, really disturbing in my brain. And I'm glad I hold myself and I restrain myself. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's sometimes how I feel.
Yeah.
I want to hear from you guys. Hit us up on PTMP Live. Miami-Dade mayor says Marlins should quarantine for 14 days after COVID-19 outbreak amongst players within the last couple of days. This now changes the schedule. So if you guys noticed,
Yeah.
the Marlins schedule has been postponed or canceled until further notice due to the fact of some players getting COVID-19.
Yeah.
I think that they, a lot of times people feel like they're not going to get something or they're not susceptible to it because everybody around them is okay, but you still have to be careful. You still have to be
But
careful.
that's what I tell you. Go with mask.
Yeah.
It's
Crazy.
simple.
Target and Walmart will now be closing for Thanksgiving and ending Black Friday kickoff.
I don't think anything. Yeah, makes sense.
So, they're
But-
closing Black Friday. So, Black Friday will now be Cyber Monday, Cyber Friday.
I don't know, but definitely they're not going to do Black Friday.
Can you imagine?
Can imagine
So, how do you
things.
feel about the protest then? Since they're they're closing everything, but you can gather 100 some people with no mask.
Well, I didn't think they have any control of that. They just people go out to the street.
Yeah.
What you can do? You could bring the army, close the streets. But this is why one of the reasons they started to do the curfew and all this,
Right.
I guess. But if there is thousands of people coming to the streets and you have 5 policemen there with 2-3 police cars, you're not going to stop them. You need to bring the army to stop.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. I mean, if it's right or it's wrong, I don't go into it. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your favorite. These are your worst topics. Huh? You hate this stuff.
No, I don't deal with I don't deal with issues, and it's not my business.
So how do you-
I try to.
Do your mentality is if I just do the right thing, then I'll be good. Then if everybody just followed that, then we'll be all good.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
Yeah.
you have a extremely valid point, man. You have an extremely valid point.
Yeah.
But what if you were doing something wrong and you didn't know?
I'm old enough to know what is wrong.
What is
and
wrong, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess people go in, they have a point, or they don't have a point, but still, I don't have any opinion. I cannot tell people what to do and what to do. This is why we have police, we have army, we have,
Right.
this is their job. It's not my job.
All right.
Pretty
That's
much.
good. It's good perspective, though.
Yeah.
Good perspective. If everybody just followed the rules and did what they're supposed to do and respect other people's boundaries, we'd be all right.
Exactly. Respect other, follow the rules. The rules actually, they made the rules for a reason, and everything will be peace and quiet.
So some of the subjects that we've covered in the past, though, has been and this goes in the form of respect. I wanted to see what your opinion was. How do you feel when people are offended by not calling them a man or a woman? Do you think that that's disrespectful if I say, excuse me, miss, and it's actually they want to identify as a man? Do you feel that that's disrespectful? Or do you feel that like after you've been corrected and you don't do so, is that disrespectful?
You didn't. Did you do it in purpose?
No, like you saw somebody, and there's a lot of things that don't happen on purpose that are still wrong. So
Of course, but if you didn't do it on purpose, if it was like a mistake or something,
right.
nothing wrong
So
with it.
you go and you
If
tap
you-
on somebody.
The problem if you keep doing this after you know it's a mistake.
Right. So you go and you say, "Excuse me, miss,"
Yeah.
and they're like, "I'm a man,"
Oh,
but
sorry.
they're obviously a miss, right? They're obviously a miss.
Well,
but-
whatever, it doesn't
right.
matter.
Do
If
you-
you tell
do
you
you-
he's a man, you say, "Oh, sorry, I thought you were a miss," and you keep
Right.
the conversation. It's no.
Okay.
If you do it like second time and you tell you, "Hey, I told you I'm a man,"
Right.
this is a problem.
Okay.
Or you bother him.
Okay.
It doesn't bother you, don't bother him.
Right.
It doesn't matter if it's a man, a woman, a frog, or whatever you want to call himself.
Okay.
Yeah. This is how America was built. Live, how do you say that? Live and give us to live.
Yep.
Exactly. That's it. That's all America. This is
It's so
the
funny.
base.
I find, and this is.
But if
the-
you bother other people because they are men and they think they're women, it's their problem. It's not yours.
I find that people that were born here think so differently than those that came, not that were not born here, and I find that when they come over here, they have a different perspective on America, and that they have a different form of respect, and I think that that's what we're lacking a lot, man.
Well, but this is what we say in the beginning. The whole
I
world.
mean, it all depends on where they come from. Let's
no,
get
but
that
the
right
whole
too.
world, the whole culture,
Yeah,
it doesn't go in the right direction.
it's
And
really sad.
And it will also affect the music, which that was I think your first question. So everything, it's like the respect between each other, black, white, whatever you want to call it. It's just like
Right.
it's the world doesn't go in the right direction, so it's like somebody need to, I don't know. But everything is it start with the people. If the
Right.
people, if the us, if us, we will start changing things will change for the good. If we're not going to change, so this is what I'm saying. Everybody has to do his part, and then it will be affect everybody. But if everybody think no, he's going to do it, I'm not going to do it, I don't have to do it, I don't. So it's going to stay like this, or it's going even worse. So it's all start with the people, and all the mentality even today. It's like, how you describe success. For me, success is to be happy. A lot of 99% of people, success is for them, it's money.
Right.
So all the culture, it was, like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, it was like, and social media had all the internet, and social media had a big part of that. But, and it's nothing you can do because this is the era of the internet, of the
Right.
social media and everything. But being said is, if everybody will try to achieve more happiness and less stress at work, and try to achieve things that he won't because other people won't, or how he's going to look from other people, if it just people will start focusing on themselves and about what make them really be happy, I think it will start to like a snowball and change a lot of things. A lot of things started because people try to achieve, people make $1,000 and spending 2,000, and then make him to work more, to not to be happy, and it's a fact. When you go on the street, when you go here, when you go there,
Right.
you don't see happy people, because they try to achieve things that they think other people care, not there, to impress people that they don't even care about. So everything is like, if you back to basic and try to achieve more happiness, instead just money or cars, or
Right.
like the other guy, you get the people, you go buy watches, you go buy this.
Ferraris and all that.
This is part of the
Materialistic
problem. Yeah,
things,
this
yeah.
is part of the problem. And everybody will try to make less money and be more happy. A lot of things that you see outside is not going to happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Stop coveting things.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's a great perspective, man. I'm glad you came onto the show. I'm glad you gave people a piece of your mind, and hopefully some people take that away and really, reflect on themselves and think about, some of the things that they value and that they covet and move forward. And
It's like people too much thinking about what other people thinking about them.
I say that when I go to the gym too. Like,
It's like
when I would do a workout or a stretch, I'm like, these people don't pay my bills. I don't care. You know what I mean?
they change all their perspective of world, of what they work or what they do, just to please people that they don't even care, or to please even the parents, or to please even the brother and sister. So all their lives
Ooh,
screwed
you went
up.
real deep there.
Yes, but
That's
this is
real
thing,
deep.
This is thing that you don't supposed to do. You don't supposed to do something to please your parents. You don't supposed to be a lawyer if you don't like it because your mother wants to be you to be a lawyer.
Right.
You screw your whole life because you're going to please what your mothers want you to do. So, so you need to do what make you happy, and not what make other people happy. This is the problem with the society, because they try to please other people. They try to please their parents, and then they're stuck with job that they don't like, and they become miserable, and
The cycle
so on.
continues.
Exactly.
Yeah. It just goes over and over and over again.
Exactly.
What do you think, Sandy?
I agree.
100%.
Deep.
Can't disagree with that 100%. And it went deep there, man. Family
Very
thing.
deep.
I think a lot of people needed to hear that.
Of course.
A lot
I
of
think a
people
lot of
hear
people
that.
resonate.
100%. I think a
If-
lot of
if
people.
I ne- if I-
It'll hit people very, very hard on that
If
one.
I would listen to my parents, I will not be where I am today. I'll probably do something that I don't like, because that's what they want you to do.
Yeah, and in your culture,
And it
it's
doesn't mean about
very,
that you
very
don't
strong.
love your parents and you don't respect them, but
Right.
you don't have to do what they want you to do.
100%.
And you see that in our industry, in weddings.
And I've seen your dad around. He loves you. He loves everything. You
but
do.
it's not the point. It's
Yeah.
not, I love them, they love me, but some parents want you to do something different that you don't like. So you're going to do it to please them, and then you screw your whole life because of that.
Crizzo says, I agree with Leeor. It depends on the intention and if it happens more than once. So he's
Mhm.
talking about when you tap somebody and you
Yeah, I mean, everybody can make a mistake. The thing is, if they tell you
Correcting
you
it.
make a mistake,
Yeah.
don't do it again.
I think people get shocked like when they turn around, they're like, I'm not a man or a woman, I'm like a frog. You know what I mean? Like, okay,
Doesn't
fine,
matter.
you're a frog. All right,
Yeah.
listen, hey frog, could you please
It doesn't
move
matter.
over?
Yes,
You know?
it doesn't matter. You're gay, you're lesbian,
Yeah.
you tall, you're short, it doesn't really matter. It's a human being,
Yeah.
or it's a frog, or it's a cat, or whatever.
People just
If-
say like, I shouldn't have to accept them because you determine yourself as a frog. That's your mental issue.
Listen, but you don't have to be their friend. If you don't like somebody,
Right.
you don't have to be his friend. You don't have to talk with him, but don't
You have
bother
to
him.
respect them too.
Yeah, don't bother him.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people don't like you, but
Yeah.
so what? They don't
I'm
bother
okay.
you.
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
it doesn't. It really doesn't.
Exactly. So it doesn't.
Yeah.
It is what it is. I mean, if everybody just look themselves, try to achieve happiness, instead other things, the world will be a better
100%.
place. The world will be a better place.
100%.
But the thing is, they are not. The majority of the problem in this society, in this world, is people try to make other people happy instead of them. People try to impress other people instead to be happy, and that's it. A lot of people do jobs that they don't like just because it's a cool job, or but they don't like it and try to impress on somebody else.
It's incredible. Well, Leeor, thank you so much for coming out to the show, man.
My
I
pleasure.
really appreciate
Thank you for
it.
having me.
It's been an honor and a pleasure to
Another
have
one,
you.
another
Another
one.
one. Another one.
Another
Here,
one.
a big round of applause.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Brother, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming out. And you guys can find Leeor at lr-entertainment.com. And of course, make sure you follow him on all social media platforms. Sandy, can you put that up for us? There it is. Almost. Oh, there it is. Boom. There it is. Right under his name. Right where you see that beautiful, handsome guy right there with all the spiky hair. That is where you can find him. And of course, he's been around for a very long time and a really great friend. We've known each other for, I want to say, 12 years at least.
Yes.
At least 12 years. And we've worked together for all 12 years. And it's been an honor and a pleasure. And even though things are a little slower now than what they normally are, I'm sure we're going to get right back into it. And he's one of the top companies down here, if not the top company to go to. So please make sure you check him out, lr-entertainment.com. And tell them your social media real quick. Instagram.
Well, Instagram, it's LR Entertainment.
LR Entertainment. At
Yeah,
LR Entertainment.
At LR Entertainment.
Twitter, because you're a Twitter.
Twitter, it's Leeor,
Uh-huh.
and my last name, Rosner. So
There
it's
it is.
Leeor, Rosner, and no space. Facebook, it's DJ Leeor, my personal, and LR Entertain. Only LR Entertain. This is the company. We even on TikTok.
You have a TikTok?
Yes, we have a TikTok account.
OMG. Can you believe this? Can you
I love
picture Leeor
TikTok.
over there?
No, I just like it's not me. you just
The kids?
put you put video. You
You
can
put the company videos.
Yes.
Oh, okay, all
But
right.
I put something funny. Nice,
You ever do anything yourself though? You ever put yourself on there?
No.
I can picture that though.
No.
Can you imagine Leeor just over there?
That would be funny.
He's doing like,
No,
you know,
I don't do this. But
Lisa, do you love me? Are you riding?
no, I do have some nice. You see, I have TikTok. Everything.
Oh my goodness.
TikTok is cool.
TikTok.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Yes. I put nice video there. For example, wedding that we did with the confetti.
Uh-huh.
So I put this, boom, 500 views. 500 views.
Wow, man. For some
You know?
confetti, huh?
For just confetti, because it's go nice with TikTok. I
Got
don't
it.
put.
One piece
Everything.
of confetti for every person that was it.
So yeah, I mean, you need to know how to play with different platforms. But TikTok is huge. It's huge, TikTok.
Awesome.
I don't put
You have to
personal video.
you have to know how to play with different platforms.
Exactly. You need to know what to put so people will like it. So you don't put like
On different platforms,
Yes.
like controllers. And
different control.
ladies and gentlemen, this is Pass the Mic Podcast. My name is Eddie G. I've had the pleasure of having DJ Dekade and, of course, the one and only DJ Leeor. You guys can check them out on their social media platforms. Please add us to all of your social media platforms at ptmplive.com, or you can see us on PTMP Live on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Where else are we on? We're on Spotify, Google, iTunes, all the platforms, every single major platform. If you don't want to see us and you want to hear us, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And of course, the only way we can monetize this channel is if you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel. So please take a few seconds and do that. You can go to youtube.com/Pass the Mic Podcast Live. That's what PTMP stands for. Pass the Mic Podcast Live. And right on there, you guys can go ahead and check it out. Is that incorrect? Did I say it wrong?
Yes.
What?
It's just Pass the Mic podcast for YouTube.
Oh, for YouTube. Sorry. So it's Pass the Mic Podcast for YouTube. Thank you for correcting me. That's the director right there. I just got in trouble. Later on, I'm gonna get controlled by fire or water, whichever one she's gonna drown me with. Basically, you guys can go on there. Please hit the subscribe. Maybe that's why we haven't had so many subscribers. I've been saying it wrong the whole time.
We have subscribers.
There you go. Yeah, we got about 1700 1400 subscribers, and we need a few more. But the biggest thing right now is we need the views. So you guys play those videos for us. We're about I think 1,000 short, about 1,000 hours short. So if everybody just watched 1 hour, we would hit the goal that we needed to go. And share it with your friends, man. That's really what it's about. If you enjoy the show, if you legitimately like the show, if you hate the show, let us know. Give me a comment. Tell me, hey, this is what I think you can improve on. And I'd be more than happy to hear you. That's what it's about. So without further ado, this is Pass the Mic Podcast. Eddie G signing off with Sandy. Sandy, you want to say goodbye?
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
See ya.
Like us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram at PTMP Live, or visit us at ptmplive.com. Be sure to hit subscribe and turn on your live notifications for more exclusive